Manor. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
Go!
Yeah.
On a Thursday!
On a Tuesday.
Did you say Tuesday?
Yes, it's a very famous song by I Love Marketing. One hit wonder. Featuring Drake, of course.
By Lori Markkinen?
No. I Love McConan is his name, actually. I love Marketing and I Love McConan.
I love McConan.
McConan, yeah, same thing.
Yeah, you thinking of Mark. You thinking of
both of them are one hit, one season wonders.
Lori Markkinen.
You remember all the love Lori Marketing? You just go, oh, that dude's the next Dirk Nowitzki. You remember that?
Well, because he's white and can shoot, and he's tall.
He's
tall, white, can shoot, so therefore he's Dirk Nowitzki. Welcome in, everybody. I am of medium height, white, and can shoot. My name is Peter Edmiston. So I'm kind of Dirkish in that regard. Joining me is Anthony Sane, who is not tall, not white, or not.
I'm about 6.
He can't shoot though. I think he could shoot.
I'm about 6'3". Kind of a DeAnthony Melton comp.
Yeah. I don't believe your arms are anywhere near as long.
No. Probably more of a shorter Desmond Bain with less shooting abilities. Probably how. Well, don't you hate hear people like regular guys talk about their basketball game? Like, dude, you're not that good. Like, if you were that good, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
No.
I'd be on a Zoom call asking you about, like, bro, stop.
Some people swear up and down, like, oh man, I was right there. Yeah, okay.
No, you weren't.
I'll go check that. I'll go check that tape.
Like, they're records. They're like, I have friends that are high school coaches that can vouch for that you're nobody. Like
exactly, that you are literally nobody. You did not do anything. It's not that easy. Of course, now one of those guys is our producer, Zach Boy, who swears up and down that he was a Major League Baseball player.
Oh yeah, Zach,
in the making.
Zach does talk like he had MLB.
Beat Rose over here. Yeah. So Zach resembles that remark a little bit.
I mean, it would have been nice to have Fernando Tatis contract right about now, man.
Meatless Joe Jackson over there.
Fernando Taters is what you.
Taters gonna be out of the park, man.
Fernando Taters. Exactly.
That's our pal Zach, who's a legend who somehow did not make the majors. Did not.
Jose can't take no.
Oh, that's good. I like that one. Welcome back to the program. We've been here the whole time. Y'all had to leave for about 21 hours, but we've been waiting for you. But now you're back, and we appreciate you coming back to see us. We got you for the next 3 hours of fun here on this Thursday. Going to be a lovely day weather-wise. It's nice. It's sort of overcast and very good temperature, and it's going to be that way for the rest of the day. It's going to be in the 60s. But I will warn you that coming up tomorrow through the weekend, expect some significant rain. So I know we had significant snow. Now we're going to get some significant rain, and not that we need that. Not that the ground needs any more, but whatever you're going to do outside, today's a good day to do it because after today, it's going to be pretty wet for the majority of the time. Yeah. So for the next 3 or 4 days. So that's just the way that it goes. Today on the show, we're going to talk to our good friend John Gassaway about college basketball as we inch ever closer to the tournament, whatever the tournament is going to look like. We're going to talk about that with John. We'll also talk to Dustin Starr, our good buddy, where we talk a little professional wrestling with Dustin. We'll do that coming up as well. A lot to get to, including a very interesting debut yesterday on AEW. We will talk about, and the Elimination Chamber from over the weekend.
You know what we're gonna talk about?
WWE.
I can barely hold it in.
Well, you got to just hold in just a little bit longer, and then we're going to get to it later on in the program. So all of that is to come. Of course, if you want to join us, you can on the First Bank text line. 67129 on the First Bank text line. We'd love to hear from you. 360-8255 on the First Bank phone line. That would be a great way for you to get in touch with us as well. You could chat with us. We are on the old video screens, whatever video program you're out there using, the old Facebook or the Instagram or the YouTube or streaming on the Twitter and whatever you got.
Twitch.
We're here. We're here for
Snapchat,
you. We got
TikTok.
I'm in this box here, and Sane is in that box there, whichever direction. I'm not sure what the affiliation is on and Zach's over there, and then we got some random highlights or something happening in this other box.
Right. If you look at that box, there'd be some weird stuff up there sometimes too.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I'm not sure how that box.
Who compiled this compilation?
I'm not sure, but it's there too. So there's always something happening.
Sure.
One of the boxes is always worth watching. So check it out. You could join us on the chat anywhere that you see that. You can chat with us, and we will get it. Social media, all that stuff. We're there for you. We love being responsive, live, and local. It's what it's all about. Word on the street is that we may have the boil water advisory lifted today for at least parts of Shelby County. So that would be very, very welcome news for everybody out there. I know I would appreciate that a lot, and I'm sure you would too. So hopefully that is the case. We'll keep you updated if there's any word this morning on any change in that status. But as of right now, it is not lifted officially, but it's headed in that direction. So hopefully that will be the case. Apparently there have been dramatic improvements in the water situation.
Improvements.
Yes.
Drastic. Can I tell you when I was scared?
And dramatic.
Fast? Can I tell you when I was scared real fast about the water?
Yeah.
Give me 30 seconds, Leland.
You're good.
During the time of the Snowvid, dry air and things like that, like kind of, it made me anxious. One thing, but I can just feel dryness in the air, and then number two is just not good for my sinus areas, my different cavities across my body.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I use I'm gonna give a free product endorsement. I use a Navage nasal thing. You know what I'm talking about?
El Navage. Absolutely.
No.
One of my favorite artists.
No, not him. Awesome artist, by the way, too.
Yes.
Crack cocaine can ruin people's lives, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But Navage nasal cleaner, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's an awesome thing, like one of the most incredible devices in the world. Like if you have any type of allergy sinus problems, get that. That plus mask, I haven't been sick in over a year. But so I use that, right? Because I started feeling congested and just kind of, whatever.
Yeah, you were sensing that the trouble was on the horizon.
And guess what I used it with, Peter?
Ew.
I used it with pre-notified contaminated water.
You used it with the nasty water that may be.
Allegedly, potentially water. Nasty.
Theoretically, yeah. It's
and then I get a text from Joy telling me about the water situation. I was fresh out the shower, just got done brushing my teeth. Nose penetrated by, potential brain-eating water. That was not only into my body, but flushed throughout my sinus cavities as well. And boy, I was terrified.
And so far, so good, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm no dumber than I was last. What was that? Friday, Thursday, whatever.
Yes. Can I tell you? Since we were talking about this, and before we get to the Tigers game that happened last night. Since you're doing a little introductory situation, in the midst of all this discussion about the water, I like to, I was having fun with you about, the bath situation and all that.
Your Nivea baths and
you're correct, but
Aquafina shower.
You did not poke any further. You didn't investigate. If you've done your homework,
I haven't drank any of the water. Haven't done anything.
No. Listen, you don't know.
Go ahead.
If you've done your homework on me, you would have known that that in fact we talked on the show before with CJ, I believe, before you arrived,
Mm-hmm.
we had an extensive conversation about my installation of a bidet.
The BS
in my
area
house.
before saying area.
That's exactly right. The BS era. We had a long discussion about how I've installed a bidet.
you got that for real?
Yes, for real.
But your line of work.
So I can let me tell you. You know where your water was? Guess where my water was?
See, why did you consider? Because you tried to judge me for taking a shower. But you didn't conceal. You concealed this information.
Exactly. See, now it can be revealed. See, now I can reveal it.
Yeah.
Now that we are
confession out
on the other side of all this stuff. And do you think I stopped using that thing? You are
I'm sure you
wrong.
did.
I did not. I did not.
There's some simple pleasures in life that are worth risking it all.
That's once you start going there, you can't go back. That's a important.
I'm hearing a lot
part.
of people saying that they've got bidets.
It's an important
now.
part of cleanliness. It's an important part of cleanliness.
Like, how easy is it to get one of those? Is this something you can just self-install? You get this at Lowe's or
Yeah.
something? Where you get it from?
Yeah, I bought.
Amazon?
I think I bought off like Amazon or something. I don't know. It was I installed it myself. I'm not like super handy.
Where's
but I
the
installed
water
it
coming
myself.
from? Is it coming from the toilet or what?
No, it's coming from your pipes. It's you add you sort of add a little addition to the pipe from the wall. You kind of divert it
Mm-hmm.
into the bidet, and then the rest of
What,
it goes
coming from the toilet?
No, coming from the wall, and then the wall water diverts
There's no
into the
wall
bidet.
water pipe in my bathroom. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a little emergency pipe, the shutoff pipe.
Under the sink?
No, in the toilet area.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little.
So you hook up to that
shutoff.
pipe? Yeah. I know about that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just use that water, and you create a little hook it up there. and
Diversion.
it exactly.
Man, you know what
Good
I
to
do
go.
with it? I let my chain hang. I let my chains hang low while I'm in the toilet, man. Go ahead and knock out.
Well, it's
Is it cold
what
water
you-
though?
Mine is because I didn't splurge for the heating one, but there's heating ones.
Gives you a nice
So it's
little
kinda-
nice pick me up
it
in the
get-
morning. Though.
Yeah, you get used to it. You do get used to it. The first few were a little shocking, but
Right.
you get used to it. I don't even notice anymore, but you get used to it. But yes, there are heated ones if you like.
Do
to,
you
to
see
spend a little
evidence
money.
that it works in the water
Oh yeah,
in
yes.
the toilet?
Yes.
I might need to
And
get
you
that.
feel. More importantly, you feel evidence that it works.
Does it make you feel safer doing extracurricular activities?
I mean, I just think in general it makes you feel cleaner, and so yes, any and all activities are more enjoyable.
You just go all in, no,
because you can
pull your hair
you
back.
just feel better. Like I've always said, like, you know, if you're walking outside, you step on dog poop, you don't like just wipe it off with a Kleenex. You spray something on it.
Mm-hmm.
You spray the hose because you can't. It doesn't come off if you
Spray the
wipe it
hose.
off, right? So you gotta get that hose out on the shoes.
Get your hose out. Spray the hose.
I got a hose. So anyway, like I said, I want you to. That's where you have to investigate. You got to do that investigation because
I just stepped in some dog poop. Where is my hose?
if you've done a little, you know, Barbara Walters investigation
Right.
style, then there you go.
Is this like a $59.99? Like what are we talking price range on this? I'm assuming like this.
I honestly don't remember. I don't think it was super expensive or anything. I don't think it wasn't like hundreds of dollars or anything. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't hundreds. It wasn't major money. I didn't install a full on like bidet
Right.
like fixture in my. There's some people that have that. That's pretty fancy. I wish I had one of those, but this is
No, I don't want it to be obvious that I got one. I want it to be low profile. So is the way it's like sitting in your toilet though, in the bowl?
Yeah, it's kind of sitting underneath the seat. It's like a little nozzle that's pointed in the right direction.
Is it voice activated? You say cleanse me and it just cuts on. Like what makes
You probably have some that could be. They're pretty fancy ones, but I got like the least fancy one. That'll do the trick.
So there's a button where? Is it
Man,
Bluetooth?
you are really
Can I
hit me on all this.
Can I hook this up to my phone Bluetooth so I can just like be screwing around and
Mine has a little nozzle to the right side as you sit. You can reach down and there's a little you push it one direction and it's one way and one other flow.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different styles.
yeah,
of
I'm
flow.
down for that. As long as I don't feel violated.
I mean, you don't. It's not.
Or recreate it when I get off of it.
It's just water. It's just water. So I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, that means nothing because water can, as we know, water can do a lot of dangerous things.
Yes, that's true. But you'll be okay. You might, like I said, it takes you a little getting used to, especially if you get the cold water one like I got. That
Might put
although it
that on
does
my
wake you up
birthday
though.
list.
It's a good little wake up. It's a good little wake up. All right, so when you we talk about a good little wake up. Tigers last night had a good little wake up. It was a good game to have after the COVID pause. I mean, for a team that hadn't played in 18 days, that's 2.5 weeks. I mean, geez, in the middle of a season, 2.5 weeks off that's tough. It's tough to come back. We talked to Coach JJ about it yesterday on the show about what they were expecting, and I think the game kind of went exactly as you would have thought. The Tigers victorious against Tulane, never really super threatened, but it was pretty ugly. As Penny said after the game, it's ugly. They got a win. They needed to get a win. They did that. It was what they needed to do. But you knew it was going to be tough. And just, turnovers, shooting was a little slow. What do you
Hit the wrong button on my phone.
I was like, all right, you give me a little background music for this description. Moussa Cisse getting a little bit early foul trouble, but ultimately they started to wake up. In the second half they were pretty much good to go. Now there was that little scuffle at the end towards the end of the game. That was kind of fun. Lester Quinones got ejected. Jaden Coleman got ejected. Those guys left the bench. Although
Some
I think
spittle allegedly was transferred in the middle of a pandemic.
That's a particularly bad situation in a pandemic.
Not sure you want to trade spit with a team that just came off COVID protocol.
Nah, I wouldn't. But I mean, if it's a one-way transaction, but I'm just gonna say.
This sounds kind of dicey, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't do it with anybody. That's just not me. I'm not. I mean, maybe you
pre-COVID everything. I don't think me exchanging.
Yeah, I just don't spit on. I don't spit on people. It's not really my.
That's not the most hygienic thing to do.
No. I'm really a fan of not spitting on people. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just put that out there. That's me. Just I'm not gonna spit on you. Guaranteed, 100%. You have my word. I will never spit on you. That's just how it's gonna be. So it was, but the turnovers, were problematic, of course, as you would expect. I mean, it's a super.
Hey, that's
super
what
rust.
they do, man. It's like Calipari's teams and miss free throws. Hey, it's just part of it.
Well, I mean, they had a bad enough turnover situation anyway before the rust.
Right.
So you throw rust in there.
They won't turn the ball over when it counts, man. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was. There were stretches of that game where they just looked like they were trying to give the ball to Tulane. It was real ugly. But, that's thankfully Tulane really couldn't do much with it. So that was reassuring. But, I think we all kind of expected it was going to be that kind of a game. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm glad they won. That was the number one thing. Just don't just avoid a bad loss. But when you're taking on a team that's 4-10 in the conference, and you at home, you really need to win that game, irrespective of what happens there.
There was I was looking for a Ron Hunter prop bet yesterday on will he do something? Will he do the most? And couldn't find one. But if I had found it, I would have got paid yesterday.
Yeah, FanDuel Sportsbook has a lot of prop bets, but usually not involving Ron Hunter.
Yeah.
And his extraness.
Right.
What will he do? What's RJ Hunter doing? Is he playing like in Philippines or something?
I don't know, but I remember Grizzly fans like swearing up and down that dude was dancing. I was like, nah.
He's the guy. Oh, you gotta get RJ
shooter.
Hunter. And the Celtics got him. Oh man, I can't believe they got him.
Danny Ainge is such a genius.
He is in Turkey.
Hey, how about that?
You know who tripped me out when I saw him a couple years ago?
Zach, are you offended by that?
About what?
A man playing in Turkey. I mean, that's a you for a meatless country like.
What's your second country? People got a second team. Like what's the Virgin Islands? Is that your squad? I mean, what we doing?
Zach's more of a Virgin Islands guy. Yeah, Zach refuses to go to Turkey. That's how committed to vegetarianism he is.
No,
I'm Turkey. He plays in Turkey.
Can't play it in Turkey. That's ridiculous. Why
not Greenland?
If you want to risk your life going to Turkey, by all means, go ahead, man.
Why not Chile? That's nice. See,
yeah, vegan chili.
I play in vegan chili.
Philly. You hate Philadelphia too. Who wants to live in a city called Philly? Who wants that?
Yeah. No, we can't be having that. Well, congratulations to
Hamburg. Who wants to live in that place?
Yeah, I'm never going to Hamburg. Never find me being a hamburger. There's not a chance of that.
Hamburglar. Why don't we give Fry Guy a chance? Why is Hamburglar and Grimace? What about the Fry Guys? Zach, why we give you such a hard time?
Because it's fun, man. It's Zach's the best. All right, so when we come back, we'll talk about the snub part 2, as predictably Anthony Davis is out. He will not be part of the All-Star game, and his replacement was not Ja Morant. It was not Mike Conley.
Very unsuspenseful.
It was Devin Booker, and the snub patrol was out and about last night. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what it meant for Mike Conley not to get in, Ja Morant not to get in. We'll find out tonight, because there's already been a standard that's been set, and it's pretty high about what the snub game is going to look like. We've seen some snub game last night that was – woo! Everyone's feeling it. So we'll talk about that. As I said, coming up, we'll talk a little college basketball with John Gasaway at 8 o'clock, Dustin Starr at 9. So a busy Thursday show. Enjoy the non-rainy weather, because it's about to get rainy over the weekend. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Do you want a greener, more weed-free lawn? And if you're like me, you can't stand the sight of dandelions, clover, or especially crabgrass. Hi, I'm Brandon Hawley, president of Lawn Solutions. We are your locally owned and operated weed control and fertilization company. We are also experts in disease and insect control on your lawn and landscape. Our uniformed technicians are full-time, year-round licensed and certified by the state of Tennessee. Lawn Solutions' personalized service is far more superior to that of national companies that promise but simply cannot deliver. We return phone calls, we keep appointments, and we want your business. What we will not do is bother you with endless phone calls or junk mail. Lawn Solutions will not sell you something your lawn doesn't need. If you're looking for a local lawn care company to kill your weeds and feed your grass, then Lawn Solutions is the finest. Call us at 867-5626. That's 867-5626. Or go online at lawnsolutionsinc.net. From our family to yours, we want to thank you for your business.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Corky's is your home for authentic Memphis barbecue. Our dining rooms are open, or stop by our speedy drive-thru. Order your party packs today, starting at only $5.99 per person.
All 75 months at 3.04%. Mirage MH 002682. MSRP 16865. G4 MHF 01572. MSRP 18360. Outlander Sport MU 004915. MSRP 24740. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Ready, set, start your new year with a new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on Covington Pike. Get Get the hatchback hero in 2021 Mirage, $12,342 or $129 a month. 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $13,997 or $149 a month. And jumpstart your journey in 2021 Outlander Sport, $17,938 or $199 a month. And these are not leases. You own your new ride. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gus at Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
We got a lot of accidents on the roadways this morning. Accident on Jackson Avenue at Macon Road. We have a car that is on fire on I-55 at State Line Road. Also dealing with the accident on Airways Boulevard at I-240. One lane is open in each direction. They're still clearing the traffic in that area. Crash on Hex Cross Road at Poplar Pike. And a crash on Perkins Road at Winchester Road, and also a new accident on I-40 westbound at Chambers Chapel. The right shoulder is blocked. And there's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Nobody's gonna stand in my way. Give it up, son, I'm doing this my way. Nobody's gonna stand in my way. Give it up, son, I'm doing this my way.
Very nice. Who is that?
I'm doing one-hit wonders, WWE style.
What?
WWE one-hit wonders.
Look at Zach, man.
So this
Who's
is
this?
Zach Gowen.
No clue. Oh,
Zach Gowen. Oh yeah, Zach Gowen.
I think I have heard of that.
Yeah, he was the guy that had he was the guy that had the one leg, and
get out of here, man.
He did. He had one. No, he was a wrestler. He had one leg. He had a prosthetic, and he ended up wrestling with one leg. Yeah, Zach Gowen. Go look it up. I'm not making that up.
Yeah, that's true.
Sort of a nice blend. You remember that, right?
No,
it was a blend,
no.
Reminiscent of what you might hear over on 107.5 classic. So the classic hits, reminiscent of that. You will certainly hear some good music over on 107.5 throughout the day. So be sure to check that out. We'll play some stuff that reminds you of of that throughout. It's true. You look it up. I'm not making that up. That's 100% true. What I just said. That's 100% accurate.
He was in TNA and in WWE.
Yeah.
How did I not know this?
I don't know, but I got you. That's what I said is true.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right. Something else I said is true is you can make a little extra on some same-game parlays from FanDuel Sportsbook. We've talked about how much I enjoy the same-game parlay, and Anthony Sane, you said you've got a recommendation about tonight's Grizzlies-Clippers game.
Yeah,
from our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook.
Before I endorse this, though, you might can help me. Are we going plus 25 on Ja or plus 30?
Well, let me just see. Let me see where we're at. Let me see what the options are, because FanDuel Sportsbook lets you take same game parlays. That means you can take parts of a game. You can bet. It depends on the game. I'll give you some real life examples of what's happening tonight for the Grizzlies. But you can take the Grizzlies are 8-point underdogs, so that's number one right out of the gate. Okay, so if you want to bet just straight up on the game, you could bet Grizzlies plus 8. You could bet Clippers minus 8. But if you wanted to take like $5 and try to turn it into like $500. You could do that easy enough with same game parlays. Now, for example, you've got they don't have the Ja Morant numbers up yet. They just have the Clippers numbers up right now. They'll have the Grizzlies numbers up later on. But for example, Nicholas Batum, for example, they have Nicholas Batum over under 7.5 points. Paul George, over under 5.5 rebounds. Over under 3.5 made threes for Paul George. You can do first, second, third, fourth quarter. Who's going to win each of those quarters? Who's going to win the half? You can do all those things. And if you decide that you want to, try to bet all of them, put $5 and say, okay, the Grizzlies are going to win the first quarter. They're going to win all 4 quarters. I think they're going to dominate. And you get it right, all of a sudden that little $5 bet can turn into, literally thousands. And we've had our guy Alex, who we told you about, who's done that twice now.
In a week.
So you can do it. It's very doable. A lot of this stuff, it's
and
stuff
they're often
that makes
not
sense.
crazy stuff. It's not like
No.
it's not like
they're not asking you to predict like the final score of the game.
Yeah.
Like, can you tell me the exact score? And like, no, it's not like that. This is stuff you can actually predict. And it's a parlay. And the great thing is, if you opt into same game parlay insurance, up to $25, you can get that bet back in site credit if it falls one leg short. So let's say you bet, 4 or 5 different, 5 different things, and one of them falls short. The other 4 hit, you're like, man, well, you get your bet refunded. So up to $25, you get your bet refunded. They take good care of you at FanDuel Sportsbook. Check them out online at sportsbook.fanduel.com, or get the app. Most of the easily thing, just get the app. When you sign up, use promo code BIGHEAD to let them know that I sent you. Terms do apply. You must be 21 or older and present in the state of Tennessee. For problem gambling, call 1-800-889-9789. Check out FanDuel Sportsbook. All right, so Anthony's saying the All-Star game, we announced the rosters in the NBA earlier this week, and then there was the expected injury replacement of one Anthony Davis. He will not play, and so replacing him was Devin Booker. It was not Mike Conley, and we didn't. I don't think we expected it to be John Morant. Maybe Ja did, but no one else did. But Mike Conley had a possibility, and there was some disappointment. And Mike Conley yesterday said after the game, they obviously know it was a tough day for me. They being his teammates, as well as something to celebrate for them. He's talking about Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Tonight, I honestly was just playing the way I've been playing, but with a little more motivation. It's disappointing, but that's how my career has been. Ooh, I felt that last one. That last little word, I felt that comment in my bones because it was reminiscent of when I talked to Mike Conley a couple of years ago before the trade, and he said, essentially, I've been playing the best basketball of my life, and no one has noticed. And that's what that comment was there. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals for Mike Conley, 4 of 6 from outside. The Jazz thumped the Lakers 114-89. The Lakers really struggling heading into the break here without Anthony Davis. They just look like a pretty tired team. We talked about the Grizzlies look tired. The Lakers look very tired. And the Jazz look great as usual. They look like the best team in basketball.
Oh, for sure.
How do you feel about Mike Conley and what he said?
Like, he needs to just move on. What year was Mike truly snubbed? Like, what year was it truly a guy who Mike should have been there instead of this guy? Maybe one of those Damian Lillard years, it was kind of close.
I mean, it depends on what you want to. Again, it's like the whole thing about rewarding. Like, are you rewarding pure numbers, or are you rewarding the best team in basketball, giving them 3 All-Stars with the guy that's really played? All of them will talk about how important he has been to the way they play. He's playing his best basketball.
But how much of the hype about Mike Conley?
Win shares, all the advanced numbers, all that stuff is all very much in Mike Conley's favor. I know the pure numbers aren't huge, but the other stuff is.
So how much of the whole it's not even a significant buzz, just to be honest with you. How much of the buzz for Mike Conley is because he's been around a long time and he's never been an All-Star?
A huge amount of it. It's like the Academy Award when Martin Scorsese won the Academy Award for The Departed. Mm-hmm. That was not his best movie, but it was like, this dude, he's been so good, he needs to win an award. We got to give him something.
When Kendrick Lamar didn't win for Good Kid, Bad City, and then he won for To Pimp a Butterfly, which wasn't nearly as good as the album was Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, it's like when you have like a guy like that, you really want to reward hard work. You want to reward great, solid performance over the course of many years. Like, that's something that you would like to reward. it's not always going to be the easiest and the most obvious way to reward it. Like, it's not always going to be, he's going to. I mean, it'd be nice if Mike Conley put up, Zion-esque numbers. That'd make it real simple. But, Mike's never really done that other than that stretch of the time after the trade deadline when Mark was traded, and he put up phenomenal numbers for about 30 games. Other than that, he really has never done that before. So he was never going to do that, especially with his Jazz team. They got enough scoring. He doesn't need to be a scorer. So I'm just bummed out because I think over the course, it's a difficult one because over the course of Mike's career, as good as he has been, for as long as he has been good, and as many good teams as he's been on, he deserves to have been an all-star at least once. Like Julius Randle is an all-star this year. Mike Conley, when I will go out on a limb and say, Mike Conley will have had a much better career than Julius Randle when all is said and done. And it will be more deserving for Mike Conley to have been an all-star than Julius Randle or a guy like Jamal McGlure or, somebody like that. But Mike, because of the fact that he's played in the West, because Jamal McGlure was an all-star. It's crazy.
For sure. Mo Williams was an all-star.
Mo Williams was an all-star. I mean, we've had, especially in the East, we've had some pretty bad
strange
all-stars.
occurrences. Yep.
So, Mike Conley's career, he's been deserving of having been when all is said and done, he deserves to look back and say he was an all-star at least once.
But he was a victim
so the fact
of
that
circumstances, though, man. Like it's been
exactly.
unfortunate. I mean, even when he played on those Grizzlies teams, they were always amongst the top 4 or 5 in the West. He wasn't the best player on the team. Like the most he ever was the second best.
Yeah, but plenty of second best guys have been all-stars before. That's what I'm saying. Like
right.
It's not as if all-stars are only the best player on their team. We see teams that get 3 all-stars. The Jazz could have easily gotten 3 with Mike this year. As good as they've been, they probably deserve to have 3 all-stars. The way they've dominated the West. So,
but yeah,
I'm just saying it's difficult because in the individual seasons, each individual season, you go back and look, and you could make a case. There's never been an overwhelming case that Mike Conley got snubbed. It's never been like, oh my God, he definitely deserved it that year. I mean, there have been 1 or 2 years that have been closer than others.
Right.
This is probably the closest. But never like it's a travesty that this guy didn't make it. Well, so that makes it hard because you can't go back and specifically point to a year. But I just think, man, for the totality of his career and what he's done, that man deserves to have an all-star game on his resume. I just don't know which one because, like I said, it's
But
tough.
it's pretty clear what they go by, though, Peter. It's pretty clear that when they're naming replacements, they go by fan voting. It's always been, ever since Silver's been the commissioner, they've always gone by fan voting. So Booker was up next. Now I'm gonna tell you.
No, I mean, I get it. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying it's unfortunate. I'm saying that I hate it for Mike because I think like I said, none of the time. There's no point where I've ever been like it's an absolute travesty that Mike Conley did not make an All-Star game this year. Like there's never been that year. But by the same token, I think it's a bit of a travesty that this man's career is never going to have an All-Star game. So that's hard, though, because which year, I don't know. I don't know which year would have been the right year. But he just deserves to have one. It's some way or another. He deserves to have one. Because a lot of dudes that aren't in his class have one.
That's true.
And he won't have one. And I know, having talked to him a lot and just dealt with all, I know it bugs him.
And you talked about how he had to defer his game and change his game to fit into what the Grizzly system was. And then when it was finally unlocked, we were like, oh crap, Mike is the best Grizzly ever. And
he had that stretch where it's like, oh my God, like he's scoring like 30 a game and like
shooting threes all over the place. He's incredible.
And Mike's a good dude, and like I say, he's going to continue to be a good guy, and he continues to be, even now, assisting sickle cell victims here in Memphis, and has that coalition with Methodists to try to fight sickle cell and to help with research. I mean, he does a lot of really special things. So he's a great dude. That's not going to change. And like I said, I'm not saying it's a travesty, like, oh my God, the NBA's screwed. No, I mean, like Devin Booker deserved to make the All-Star team over Mike Conley. It's just, this is why you need. Here's what I would say. Do you remember that year where they had like they had like Kobe and Dirk, I think, were like All-Stars, like by like they had like an old man clause or something.
Right.
I think they need to have like an extra spot, at least 1 or 2 extra spots every year that they could use if they need to for like meritorious service.
Or
like
just
guys
make it
that,
15 spots, like we said.
Well,
like we said,
I mean,
you know what I mean? And make
that's
sure
cool
one of those
too.
is set up for that type of stuff. Yep.
But I mean, but even still, like, make it 15, but like, even if you don't, there should be an opportunity for coaches and players to come together. And if a certain guy gets a certain amount of votes or love or something from their peers, that person should be allowed to get in as a, like, basically it's like a lifetime achievement award. Like that's
and it might not
the
apply
Oscars.
every year. Every year that might not apply, but
Exactly.
like
That's what I'm saying. It's not a guarantee you're going to have one, but there might be a year like this where it's like everyone just, man, they want Mike to be in so bad, and he deserves some kind of merit. We all agree that he deserves to have some kind of merit. So a lifetime achievement award, like that's what they had for the Grammys, the Emmys, the Oscars. They have lifetime achievement awards where it's like, man, this guy did not necessarily win, but we think he was phenomenal, and we want to appreciate this man or woman, what they did. So here, let's give them this.
Right. All right.
I think that should be the thing.
Let me ask you this: we talked about how Adam Silver goes by pure voting results, right? So, what would be the level of outrage if, say, some player that's in the 1 through 12 says, "Hey, I'm going to take a break," or Kawhi Leonard or somebody says, "I don't have time for this," or LeBron says, "I don't want to play," and they go down the votes again, and Brandon Ingram gets in before Ja Morant. 2 New Orleans Pelicans players. What would be the response? Because Brandon Ingram is next. He's up next, vote-wise. Well, actually,
I think if anybody is out, it's going to be Mike Conley. Sorry, Brandon Ingram. It's going to be Mike Conley. I promise you.
I don't know.
Bet. I will bet you on that one.
I don't think that buzz is as big as you're making it, bro. I don't think the buzz, the groundswell for Conley to get in is as big as what you're making. It's
bigger than the groundswell for Brandon Ingram to get in. I can promise you that.
But I'm saying if he goes by what
he's not. They're not going to go. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They don't go strictly. They don't go strictly by fan.
I've never seen him not.
Well, I mean, usually it's pretty obvious. Like, that usually that just happens to correlate with the deserving person. So, that's not a shock. Like, I mean, if Yuta Watanabe got a huge Japanese vote, they wouldn't put Yuta in, for example. Like,
Did you see that thing I shared yesterday? Did you see that? Gabe's got something.
Oh, yeah. That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But I guarantee you, if there's a Western Conference player who cannot play, it will be Mike Conley will be the replacement. 100% guaranteed.
We'll see.
100%.
I hope he does, man. I hope you don't think I'm rooting against Mike. I mean, I
know you're not. I know you're not. I know you like to kind of joke around, but Mike is a he deserves it, man.
Bro, I almost shed tears the last time I saw Mike Conley here, bro.
I know, it's nice to see, man. It's not, he's a great dude, man. Great guy. He's as
he was literally
selfish.
We literally watched him grow up as a child.
Absolutely, man.
Become a man, get married. Yeah, his beard grew in. All those things happened right in front of him.
Having kids.
Yeah.
Getting a stylist.
We literally watched this man.
Watch
he came in. He was like a little cornball, like a little church dude. Like he came in like a little good guy, and he got swag.
Go back and look at Conley when he first year too. Like he just looks like he's about 12 years old, little kid haircut and all this stuff, and
little boy cut mohawk, and then he got the dreads.
Yep.
Yep. And now look at him.
He had no gear. He was just like shorts. He was a jersey, short, and shoes. Like no gear, no nothing.
Yeah. And now look at him. I'm telling you, it's
signed by Jordan.
Emotional. Jordan
it is,
brand.
Man. It is. That's how. When just. And I know he's I know he misses Memphis, but I know Utah is a good fit for him because he's a pretty low key dude, so that works out well for him. I just guarantee it's going to happen. We'll see, but I think that's going to happen right there. When we come back, we'll talk about the snub alert. If Ja Morant is snubbed, we'll find out how he feels with tonight's matchup, because I think that will be a telling insight into his mentality. We'll discuss that. Coming up, we'll talk to John Gasaway about college basketball. We'll talk Dustin Starr about wrestling. We're doing wrestling music today on the show to honor Dustin. We do that every Thursday. And also, coming up at some point in the show, I got one of the weirdest mashups that I've ever seen, and we have to talk about it, 'cause I'm freaked out about it. So all of that when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Do you know who I am?
Who are you?
I'm Superfly TNT. Johnny Radio.
Where do you want to be? 1 to 3? Right here with me. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM, Monday through Friday. This is Sports 56 Happy Hour, your good buddy Johnny Radio.
The President's Day event is in full swing at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat on the Pike. And we're celebrating with 2020 Dodge Journey SE $19,990 or $249 a month. Or pump up your attitude with the 2021 Jeep Cherokee Latitude $21,740 or $277 a month. Or take your pick 2020 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Tradesman or 2021 Dodge Challenger XST $339 a month. It's your choice, Ram 1500 or Challenger. We Gossett at $339 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1901 Covington Pike or shop online GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.19 APR. Journey LT 296,053, MSRP 26,860. Latitude MD 168,760, MSRP 27,805. 1500 LS 156,730, MSRP 35,185. Challenger MH 581,58, MSRP 31,160. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax on a license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/1/21. Dealer stock only.
The fun continues at Family Leisure with a brand new factory direct pool and patio sale. The new 2021 inventory is in. You got to get ready now and beat the rush. Become the first one to have your pool installed. They have spas in stock, and those are ready for installation right now, too. Complete your backyard with a new set of patio furniture, all state-of-the-art. Special financing available. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road, where family and fun come together.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. When I talk to people about selling their homes or buying one, my motto is stick to your game plan. I learned this from my friend Coach Terry Tippett. Coach, you didn't go into a game without having a plan, did you?
No, Sheldon. Having a plan was critical to the success of all my teams.
That's right, Coach. Sticking to your game plan helped you win 4 state championships.
That's wrong, Sheldon. It was 6, just like the number of shots you make on a par 3.
Well, Coach, we've played golf together. What advice can you give me about my game?
You probably need to stick to real estate, as you're much better at doing that. Or perhaps bowling.
Great advice about real estate, not bowling. And as I always tell people, if they're thinking of selling their home, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and let me be one of them. As they often say, when you want the job done, Coach, who should they call?
Sheldon, of course.
You can reach me at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
The boogeyman, huh?
The boogeyman was
That didn't work out.
Are we sure that didn't work out?
Maybe not long term. I would have used Duke the Dumpster Drosy. That's the one I would. That's my one-hit wonder right there in wrestling. There's some bad ones out there. There's some real bad ones out there. So welcome back as we continue here on this Thursday. Weather-wise, going to be nice. Overcast at least. It's not like super sunny or anything, but it is going to be overcast. But the rain won't come until tomorrow. Now, we mentioned the All-Star game and the snub situation. John Morant may still think that he has been snubbed. It is unclear how many others agree with him. But I think he based on his tweets and all that, I think his interpretation, it feels as though he was probably snubbed in that situation. You could probably make the same argument, many would, for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Similar type guy, similar situation. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander last night scored 42 points, 8 rebounds, 13 of 20 shooting as the Thunder knocked off the Spurs. That set the bar pretty high, Anthony Sane, in terms of snub watch. We saw Mike Conley lead a absolute beatdown of the LA Lakers from the Utah Jazz, and now Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, whose numbers are quite good, and probably in the scheme of things, they are better than Ja's, as good or better than Ja Morant's. So he's shooting. He's 23 points, 6.5 rebounds, or 5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, shooting 51% from the field and 42% from three. That's pretty good. He scored 42 last night against the Spurs. And DeMar DeRozan was not part of it. He was out for personal reasons, probably related to him being snubbed. So I don't know. That's the bar, though, Anthony's saying. 42 on 13 of 20. What's Ja got? Does he have that?
Who did they play? Who did the Thunder play?
The Spurs.
Ja went off on
Good
the Spurs
team.
like that, too, though.
Good team.
The Spurs try to be hard-headed and play Ja straight up.
Ja went off on the Spurs. Ja had 44 against the Spurs.
He ain't going
first
off.
game of the
He ain't
season.
going off like that against the Clippers, unless the Clippers got a reason to say screw this.
I don't think they do.
Nah, not 42. I'm just ready for the post-game interview. I want somebody to ask him about the All-Star game and hear him say, "No, I don't care about that. It was Grizzlies versus Clippers. We got them again."
I didn't even know there was an All-Star game.
I don't even know there's a vote.
When I said "damn," it was about because I dropped something on my foot.
Even though I
tweeted that out.
Even though I retweeted everything about him, as me as an All-Star.
I was playing a video game and my character Mario 3 and I hit and I fell down and I said, "Damn!"
I stepped on my baby's Legos.
That hurt. You ever had that happen? If that really hurts. I grabbed my phone and I said, "Damn!"
Yeah.
Somebody ate the last pizza roll. Damn! Oh, and I said, I didn't even know there was an All-Star. I didn't know they announced the All-Stars.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think you're going to see a response, Anthony saying. I'm not sure. It's either going to be one of two things. It's going to be he's going to attempt to go off and score a bunch of points. And he very well might. He's talented enough to do it. Or he's going to conspicuously not try to score a bunch of points.
To try
to get his team be
just
extra.
To show y'all about that. Yeah,
exactly.
Get them dimes up. Get that diamond
right.
going.
I think it's going to be one. I think it's going to be but I think it's going to be one or the other. It's going to be conspicuous. It's going to be clear. One or the others. So I don't know which. I don't think it's just going to be an ordinary, just regular old game where he scores like 15 and 5 or something like that. I think it's going to be more to it than that.
It's going to be obvious one way or another.
I think so. I think it's going to be obvious that that this will be a response
to the All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
I'm just not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly.
I'm putting my money on the
how.
former. I'm putting my money on the former. He's going to try to score a lot of points.
I would too. That'd be my favorite of the two. That'd be my favorite.
But it'll be.
But I think there's a chance.
I'm betting he's going to score a lot of points. And the people ask him, "John, was this in response to the All-Star snub, or hey, He'll say, we just need to get that win, and I just want to do what I need to do to carry my team. It'll be something like that. It ain't gonna be nothing like, it's gonna be that, but he's not gonna put it out there like it's. Hey, if Ja goes off tonight, I don't really.
It better not be like, but it better not be like 20 points in the fourth quarter.
You're down 30.
It better not be
have
that.
a real issue with it.
It better not be that. So. All right, so hour number 2 on the way. When we come back, we will talk to our good friend John Gassaway about the Tigers, about the SEC, college basketball, as we are getting ever closer to the NCAA tournament. March is just a few days away. That's right. March Madness, not that far. We'll talk about it when we continue here in the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new, latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. With everyone spending more time at home these days, are you running out of hot water? Did you know the average life of a tanked water heater is only 10 to 12 years? It may be time for a tankless water heater from Conway Services that never runs out of hot water. And the average life of a tankless water heater is up to 20 years. So call Conway Services right now and get your new tankless water heater for as low as $79 per month. Or I'll give you $250 for that old tanked water heater. That's right, get your new tankless water heaters for as low as $79 per month. Now you could do that. These energy-saving models only heat the water you use, saving you money on your gas bill every month. So go ahead, take a 1-hour shower while the dishwasher's running. You'll never run out of hot water. And no more worrying about that tank bursting in your attic either. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier tankless water heater professionals at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old water heater will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Looking for a new home? Trying to sell your old home? Call Rule Smith of RE/MAX Experts for all your real estate needs. Buying or selling, you need a real estate expert like Rule Smith, 901-304-7827. Rule Smith is licensed in Tennessee with a decade of experience in the greater Memphis area. He knows the ins and outs of buying and selling a home, and he makes it easy for you. Count on Rule Smith's honest, no-nonsense approach to get the home you want, the home you need, and the home you can count on. Whether it's your first home, your next home, or your dream home, call real estate professional Rule Smith, 901-304-7827. That's 304-7827. Visit yourgermantownagent.com today. Again, yourgermantownagent.com. Call Rule Smith's cell phone today, 901-304-7827, or call the RE/MAX Experts office at 901-685-6000, and let Rule Smith rule your real estate needs.
The President's Day sales event is going strong at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. 2021 Kia Forte, $133 a month lease. That's less than $5 a day for a new ride. 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, $149 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, just $182 a month lease. All 36 months with $3149 due at signing, and they all come with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter in your new Kia from Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee. Forte, ME3 19,038, MSRP $20,625, Soul M77 $55,638, MSRP $20,660, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF $695 excludes tax title and license. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/1/21. Dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
So we're still working the accident on Airways Boulevard at I-240. Right now, the northbound lanes are blocked as they clearing out the traffic, but the southbound lane is down to one lane. Also in Germantown, crash on Hacks Cross Road at Poplar Pike, crash on Perkins Road at Winchester. We're dealing with also a crash on I-40 westbound at Chambers Chapel. The right shoulder is blocked. And also we're dealing with the accident on Perkins Road north of Winchester Road near Chuck Avenue as a car has struck a pole. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
The man, baby, hurricane.
Yeah.
Bro, Shane Helms took a gimmick that was supposed to bury his career, and he made it where it was the height of his career.
It made his career.
Yeah, like literally. Like he took that career, and Vince McMahon did it just to
no question.
Get your WCW. Like, he didn't give a crap about that.
Just like Dusty Rhodes, man. When they gave Dusty Rhodes the polka dots, and he take those and turned that into the big thing. They were trying to make fun of him, but there you go.
Awesome stuff.
Hour number 2 is here. Peter Edmiston, Anthony Sane, Zach Boyd with you in the Family Leisure Studios. Welcome back to the program on a overcast sort of Thursday morning. Temperature is fine. It's going to be in the upper 50s, lower 60s today with some clouds, but rain is coming over the weekend. I will warn you again. A lot of rain coming. I think 4 to 6 inches of rain potentially over the next 3 to 4 days. So there's going to be a front that's going to stall over Memphis. It's just going to stall. Like the car's just not going to work.
I hate to hear them. I know what they mean when they say inches of rain, but I hate when they say that.
What? What should they say? Centimeters? You're a centimeters guy? Okay.
Because if it ain't standing up,
5 to 7, 8 to 10 centimeters.
If it ain't standing in water, I ain't messed up about it.
Okay. Well, that's what it is. It's gonna be a lot.
Inches of rain.
Inches of rain. Inches of rain. All right. Coming up, as we said, we have a lot to discuss. So we'll talk about the Grizzlies game against the Clippers tonight. The Tigers victorious last night. Back after the pause against Tulane, and they got a comfortable, albeit a little scrappy, victory over the. Not to be confused with a little scrappy himself.
Trash scoring total.
61-46. Ugly. We'll talk about the Grizzlies' schedule as well. The second half of the schedule has been released, and it is unsurprisingly difficult for the Grizzlies, who are trying to make up a bunch of extra games in addition to already having a tight schedule anyway. So a lot to get to there. But it's time to talk college basketball with our pal, John Gassaway. Of course, ESPN Plus at John Gassaway. the proprietor of the Gasaway Bubble Bunker that is currently right now in full swing. The protections have been out there. The door has been shut. Everything has been sealed off because it is bubble time right now. John Gasaway, how you holding up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to be here.
How are you, man?
I'm here in my bubble bungalow, sorting out all of the action, taking teams from should be in and making them locks so I don't have to write about them anymore, getting yelled at for those decisions. It's a rite of late February. So, it's all good.
How do you deal with as much power as you have to make and break teams and entire schools and universities, fan bases live and die on your every letter that you type?
Here's a page ripped from the life of John Gasaway, and shouldn't we all be treated to that? By the way, the thing in 2021 with the big corporate savvies in Bristol, Connecticut is, I'm writing furiously. It's 11 o'clock on a weeknight, and I hit boom, I hit send, and then that goes to everybody. And my friends, they take that and they actually render it into things that you can read on the website. But because it goes to everybody, it goes to people that I've never even met, and they are the people who send alerts out to your phone. And I can always tell when there's an alert out to a phone.
Yeah.
People who have never heard of me, there are a few people who have never heard of me, and people who don't even follow college basketball suddenly are DMing me and saying, you're going to die. I'm going to hunt you down and get you with a pointed stick. It's one of the joys of social media to learn how decorous and polite our fellow man and woman really are when an alert gets sent to their phone. Yeah.
I remember I got one time I cannot even remember what the tweet was now, but it got picked up by Twitter Moments or something. Like it was part of the Moments thing that goes to everybody's phone, or if you click on the Moments tab or something. Because and I didn't know this, but then I randomly just started getting tons of hate messages, for just random. I mean, just my phone was getting hot with the amount of messages, and people I'd never heard of. I know nothing about. I'm just confused, and apparently they picked up some random tweet of mine and put it in the Moments, and next thing you know, it's it was all hands on deck. So I know what you're talking about. It's very weird.
Yeah, and the best thing is there's absolutely no relationship. The correlation is zero between your expectations of what will happen and what will happen. Sometimes you craft this perfect tweet and you hit send and you're just boy, and you sit there with a tub of popcorn.
Rubbing your hands together.
This is going to get some serious numbers right here, baby.
It's zero,
Nothing.
It's zero. Or you just sit there and you're crushed and you kick the dog. And then other times you tweet my foot hurts, and it goes viral. And it's why are you going with that?
I had a post one time. I had to go back and check my settings to make sure I had it wasn't private. I didn't.
That's right.
Literally nobody responded to this. I thought it was an all timer.
Oh, that's the most disappointing thing. It's very strange. I totally agree with you, 100%.
It just hurts. It
does. Yeah. You craft it like a fine craftsman. It's hard to do these tweets. You only have 280 characters. It's difficult to put all this in, and you expect a little something out of it, and sometimes it just doesn't. It just doesn't happen. So let's as we look today, there's some interesting news that there's a piece that was just out in the Wichita Eagle, and I just happened to get it this morning. It's a tough drive for them to drive all the way down and deliver the Wichita Eagle to my house, but I got it. And as I opened it up this morning, I see that Mike Oresco was interviewed, the leader of the American Athletic Conference, and he said that he expects that the AAC is going to prioritize its bubble teams, Memphis being one of them, Wichita State another, SMU, with the scheduling decisions over the final 2 weeks of the regular season, and attempt to give those three teams the best opportunities. Sure. I don't know that this is necessarily a shock. We've seen we saw a Memphis USF game moved a day up to try to kind of facilitate some of this stuff. I guess you have to be pragmatic about it, John, but I guess it's refreshing to hear this kind of thing and say, look, we can't reschedule all these games, so we're going to try to give these guys the best chance to make the tournament.
Even in normal years, the decisions made by conferences are designed with an eye toward getting them the best outcome from the NCAA tournament. With traditional one-bid leagues at the level below the American, what they're doing is structuring, commonly, not universally, structuring their conference tournaments so that the regular season champion gets a bye or even a double bye, sometimes gets to play it on their home court, doing everything possible to try to get the team that's really the best team in the league to the NCAA tournament so that they can do well instead of a lovable, plucky Cinderella who gets hot in the conference tournament and then just gets absolutely pasted by a number 3 seed in the round of 64. So that's what the American is about. I salute them. What that's really saying is, okay, for our bubble teams, you're not going to have to play a road game at East Carolina. Nothing good could happen there. That's not going to help our league. And that this is the business we have chosen. The financial incentives of getting a team into the NCAA tournament, period, and then to say nothing of winning a game or two, are significant, even for the American. It's a little different ball of wax for a league at the Americans level than it is for traditional one-bid leagues. But it is definitely something that you look at on your bottom line coming out of a pandemic. If your revenue stream is at all dependent on football, of course, you've been gashed. So this is important, and it's a product of, we take 68 teams, and there are actually 357. So it's a harsh funnel, and they're trying to get product through there, and I pat them on the back. That's a good way to go.
John, Kentucky's won 3 straight games, including beating Auburn. They beat Vanderbilt, and they recently beat Tennessee, top 25 ranked Tennessee. Do you think they're playing? They're hitting their stride at the right time, and do you think there's a chance that they can? They probably have to win. They're definitely gonna have to win their tournament to get in. Do you think there's a chance that they can do that?
Yeah, they're on the bubble of the bubble of the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
You can see their name now if you scroll down
if you look
far
enough. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you couldn't do that before. So they are, the way they are playing now, they are an NCAA tournament team. It's just that we're kind of mean in college basketball, and we hold your past against you. And this is a team that is 8-13, and that's a tough record to put in front of the committee. They would shield their eyes or perhaps run out of the room at that record. So that's the paradox of Kentucky. Obviously, they've got the talent. They just thrashed Tennessee, who, by the way, is probably number 1 or 2 on the John Gasaway rankings of most confusing teams nationally. You spin a roulette wheel this year with the Volunteers and see what you get. But full credit to Kentucky winning those games. They've got a big one coming up now at home versus Florida, and yeah, you nailed it. They have the ability to win the SEC tournament, and barring the largest collapse of 11 and 12 projected 11 and 12 seeds in the history of the bracket, that does appear to be what would have to happen to get an 8-13 team into the NCAA tournament.
At what does Memphis have to do, John, to get into the work to do category? I mean, Houston has a lock. You got Wichita State and SMU has work to do, and poor Memphis isn't even in the work. They can't even do work yet to get into the John Gasaway bubble watch. What do the Tigers have to do to get some respect around here?
Man, you sound like you're going to send me one of those angry tweets I was talking about.
Yeah, actually, that was me on my burner accounts. I was sending you a number of terrible tweets last night just to do it. So.
901.
Yeah, that's right.
Happy Jerk 212.
Exactly. That's right. Oh yeah, big time. That's right.
Yeah, Memphis has to win the games it should win against a struggling Cincinnati team and a not so struggling South Florida, and then climb the mountain and beat Houston at home. That's what has to be done. And then even when you do that, this is the challenge of all teams that are on the bubble of the bubble at this time of year. Memphis is looking at their remaining games and saying, if we do X and Y, then we will have our best chance. That's true, but this is a big field with lots of other teams doing the exact same thing, trying to improve their situation. It's a good thing for teams in Memphis's situation that teams like Indiana and Minnesota seem to be falling over and falling out of the bracket. That creates opportunity, but there's a long line of teams at the door that right now are ahead of Memphis trying to do the exact same thing. So your competitors are teams like Wichita State, for example, which we think right now is just outside the field, but really knocking on the door. Your competitors are teams like Duke, like Stanford. Georgia Tech is looking great lately. They're coming up fast. So you've got to not only win your games, but be better than those other teams. And certainly the best way to do that is to get that Houston win. And I would encourage the Tigers to go strong in that game and take care of business from now until then.
Try to get two. You got two cracks at Houston, most likely. It sounds like they're going to try to get that other game as well.
Yeah,
so two shots at it.
I would guess that would be the case. Yeah.
Winning both would be lovely. Winning one would be essential to getting yourself into the mix. You could emulate Arkansas. Arkansas went from not even in the mix to work to do to now they're in the lock. You don't even have to write about Arkansas. The elevator is heading up quickly for the Muss Bus.
Yeah, Arkansas is the exception to the rule. I actually keep track of these, and they've just in the past, 3 weeks here, they've gone from a 10 seed to a 5, and that never happens. Everybody talks about, the year is so crazy and the bracket is so wild, and the truth is, Gonzaga, Baylor, Michigan, every day of your life, just seeds are projected seeds. We're just guessing out here what the committee will do. They are very rigid and constant, and Arkansas has flown in the face of that. Full credit. I hope everybody saw that game last night. It was fun. It was back and forth for the first 25 minutes against Alabama, two great teams, possibly the two best teams in the SEC. And then from about the 25-minute mark, they just pulled away. And our friend that we've talked about on this show before, Moses Moody, he was at the free throw line the entire game. He had the weirdest line where he scored 24 points, and almost all of them were at the free throw line. That is a fun team to watch. I enjoy the Hogs, and I look forward to them being a really dangerous 5 or even 4 seed. That's going to be richly rewarding entertainment, the kind that the NCAA tournament provides. So Muss Bus has gotten it done. This is exactly why he was brought to town. This is exactly what we saw from him in Nevada. People forget how good that team was because they got bumped out of the NCAA tournament. But he's got a template that he does, and it works. And it's great to see. I'm enjoying it.
Do you have any intel from your sources deep in the bubble world and in the NCAA hierarchy about what would happen? They've got a sort of a bubble, a semi-permeable bubble that is set up in the Indianapolis area for the tournament itself. But it is not a perfect bubble. It is not an NBA-style bubble where there will be 2-week quarantines and all that stuff. It is, as I say, it's semi-permeable. You can go in and out to some degree. So the odds are that there will be at least one scare with regard to COVID. Do you have an idea of what they're going to do? Will they cancel a game, or will they postpone how does that work scheduling wise if they've got a postponement or an issue COVID wise? Do you have any intel on that?
I have only the intel that everybody has. If they are a close reader of everything, I have no direct knowledge because I leave Dan Gavitt alone. He's a busy guy. I talk to him at other times of the year, and then when I'm talking to David Warlock at the NCAA, I'm asking him really boring nuts and bolts questions. The last time I talked to him, in fact, was, hey, did the NCAA really reclassify the games that Stanford played in Santa Cruz because of COVID? Did they really reclassify those as neutral court? And that's the level of talk that I'm having with the NCAA. But in terms of what do you do when somebody tests positive, my sense of the drift is that they are just going to expel and shun that person or persons, but not say the team can't play. That seems to be how this is going. The wider world, I am, this will surprise listeners, I am not an expert on public health. I am not Dr. Fauci, but the
breaking news
events in the wider world.
Dr. Gassi, they call it Dr. Gassi.
Yeah. The events in the wider world seem to be working in the NCAA's favor that way. Things seem to be getting a little better. We are seeing, if you think back to January, to open your laptop every day was to see Team X has gone on pause, Team Y has. We're seeing fewer of those. Baylor is playing basketball again. And it looks like we're going to be able to muddle through and do this. And the NCAA will do everything it takes to play 67 games of win-or-go-home basketball. I mean, they need these games. They need them on TV after the catastrophe that happened to them purely financially last year by not having a tournament. So looks like we're going to do it, and we might have an absent player here or there. The potential exists that those absences could be game-changing. Just imagine fill in the blank. Some players are really important to their NCAA tournament-level teams, but it looks like the games will go on regardless.
John, do you think there's what is the percentage chance that we crown a college basketball national champion via some sort of tournament?
What is the chance that we're going to have the tournament this year? Is that
No. What's the chances that they'll get through it and there's going to be a national champion crowned via this tournament? Like that they're going to get through it one way or another? Are you saying 100% or?
You mean an undefeated team?
No,
like Gonzaga.
Just means that it's going to happen. Is it going to happen? Is it going to get through? Will it actually take place? So will it be postponed or canceled?
Yeah.
So you think you think it's going to work one way or another, or whether they
because it's the percentage of games that are being not played now is still substantial. The structure of my work is such that I look at I at least glance at every Division I score every day. I don't track possessions in all of the leagues because then I would die. I just do that in the top leagues. But I glance at scores. I know which games are postponed, and that percentage is going down. Now, there's probably a good TikTok, waiting to be written, next season in depth about how much of that was really, related to actual test results and how much was related to fatigued authorities saying, let's play anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you bring that. I'm glad that you bring that up, John, because that is. I was looking through, and I'll kind of bookend our conversation with this. That Mike Aresco interview that I alluded to earlier. He says that for the conference tournament, in the case of the AAC, he's optimistic that everyone will play. But if there is a positive test, he said we would do contact tracing and we would do it very carefully. But it is possible that team could continue to play. He said if it was more than one positive, then obviously that would be very concerning. So essentially, he's saying what you were talking about is that this thing is going to happen in a conference tournament standpoint. I'm sure the same thing is true of the NCAA tournament. we're going to make this thing happen one way or the other, unless you just, physically force us not to, unless there's just, multiple players and a team is decimated, then fine. But otherwise, we're going to play, by God.
And Peter, we saw that curve in the road a month ago. Not all teams did it at the same time, but I can't remember which team it was. I think it actually involved a Michigan opponent, but it was about a month ago that there was a player who tested positive, and the team said, okay, he's not playing, but the team is. And that was just such a paradigm shift from December, where every time it was, out of an abundance of caution, we're going into an igloo. And I wonder the extent to which teams poked their heads up and said, oh, we can do this? Okay, well, that's way better than not playing. This is just my impressionistic sense. There is great journalism waiting to be done on this year that has just come at us so fast that there's a lot we don't know. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to do that great journalism, but I'm issuing that appeal out there for somebody to do it, because I feel that there are untold stories here.
I love it, and the call to arms from John Gasaway: get us that TikTok. We need it. We need to know what's happening behind the scenes as it happened. Let's go. Let's get through it. The great journalists, a Pulitzer Prize is waiting for you out there. Just go and grab that brass ring, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to seeing Bubble Watch evolve. I look forward to seeing Memphis potentially on Bubble Watch, and if they're not, then you can look forward to a number of I Love Tigers 69 handle getting in touch with you very soon. All right, John.
You came up with that a little too easily, Peter.
Yeah, this is
that may or may not be. Let me. Gotta go, John. Have a good Thursday, my friend. Great talking to you.
All right, see you next week, guys. Thanks.
He is John Gasaway joining us on the program. Again, Tiger fans, do not inundate him with stuff. I was just kidding. That's not real. Don't actually do that. Just so you know.
It comes in peace. He's friendly.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Grizzlies schedule upcoming. It's a doozy. We'll discuss that. And at some point, we're going to talk about one of the weirdest sentences I've ever seen written and what it means. It's I'm still can't wrap my head around this one. We'll do that when we come back. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
All 75 months at 3.04%. Mirage MH 002682. MSRP 16865. G4 MHF 01572. MSRP 18360. Outlander Sport MU 004915. MSRP 24740. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Ready, set, start your new year with a new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on Covington Pike. Get the hatchback hero in 2021 Mirage, $12,342 or $129 a month. 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 MPG Highway, $13,997 or $149 a month. And jumpstart your journey in 2021 Outlander Sport, $17,938 or $199 a month. And these are not leases. You own your new ride. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Times are certainly uncertain. In fact, the return of food shortages is likely. Don't take chances. Make the decision to acquire a dependable supply of long-lasting emergency food. Food that lasts for up to 25 years in storage, ready the moment you need it. There's an old saying, failing to plan means planning to fail. Don't wait for the next crisis. Have a 3-month, 6-month, or even 1-year supply of food on hand. It's easy and affordable. We're My Patriot Supply, America's leader in emergency preparedness. We've served millions of folks like you for over a decade, and our mission is your survival. Our meals are delicious and provide you with 2,000 calories a day, and our kits arrive quickly and discreetly at your doorstep. Visit MyPatriotSupply.com and feast your eyes on the food that could save your life someday. That's MyPatriotSupply.com. Take the pressure off yourself. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and face the future without regrets.
You don't think about a lawyer until something goes wrong. When that happens, let attorney Stephen Leffler fight for you and your family. You don't leave the house in the morning expecting an accident, but it happens every day. A car wreck, you slip and fall, or you get accused of a crime and find yourself fighting for your reputation. Stephen Leffler has been fighting for you for over 35 years. Don't do it alone. Let Stephen Leffler fight your battles for you. Call Stephen Leffler, 901-527-8830, or go to LefflerLaw.com. Here to fight for you and your loved ones.
Hey everybody, new Silverados are here. I'm looking at all these hot new Chevy trucks out here at Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. And All-Star has all the Silverados, new 2020s, new 2021s. You saw how all those trucks handled in the snow, and now you can be prepared for everything with your own. 0 for up to 72 months available right now. Because you got to know, if it's a Chevy you want, Olive Branch is where you want to be. New 2021 Equinoxes, Blazers, third row Traverse, and talk about some deals. Check out the demo sale on slightly driven loaners. And All-Star has dozens of certified pre-owned Chevys, Tahoes, Silverados, Impalas. And as always, everyone at All-Star Chevy has one job, just one, to make sure you get exactly what you want at the best deal. Have more fun and in record time. So remember, it's not Mount Moriah, not the Pike, not South Haven or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to Olive Branch, where after all the snow days last week, everyone at All-Star will stay late until 7:30 through Friday night and until the last customer leaves on Saturday. Pre-shop online at allstarautogroup.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
We're still working the accident on Airways Boulevard at I-240 northbound lanes. It's currently blocked as they clearing traffic. The traffic should be able to be smooth. Should be flowing very smoothly right about now. Also, still dealing with the accident on I-40 westbound at Chambers Chapel, and also a accident on Perkins Road north of Winchester near Chuck Avenue as a car has struck a pole. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
What is this?
All right, so this is
because I know Kurt Angle ain't no one-hit wonder.
No, so here's the thing. Because I had to double check this because I was like, wait, no, this can't be it. So obviously, this is Kurt Angle's theme song, his walk-in song. Mm-hmm. Before that, this song was actually the Patriots' walk-in song. And I guess when the Patriot flopped, they gave it to Kurt Angle.
The Patriot, yes, the Patriot. Although the Patriot was, I would say, not necessarily a one-hit wonder, maybe a little bit, but not in the WWF. But he was around these parts a little bit, Texas before he went to WWF. So,
Under the Mask, who was the Patriot? I can't remember.
It was a guy named.
I remember him, but I don't.
Dale Wilkes.
Dale Wilkes, that's right. Dale had some substance abuse issues that affected his ability to
didn't they all
do what he needed to do. No, but he certainly did. Many of them did, but many of them didn't, and that's what it's all about, right there. So, welcome back to the program. I'm Peter. He's Sane, and the Grizzlies' second half of the schedule was released yesterday. If you remember, the Grizzlies, like everyone else, were kind of waiting for all this to happen because the NBA had left open the second half of the season in case of having to reschedule things or change things up or do whatever they needed to do. And so, that meant that the schedule was going to be a little late in arrival. Well, now it's finally here. And that means that we know how it's gonna go down for the Grizzlies, and how it's gonna go down for the Grizzlies is it's gonna be tough. There's really no other way to put it. Grizzlies will play 10 back-to-backs in the second half of the season, and those 10 back-to-backs will also involve one 4-game and 5-night stretch towards the end of the season, in which they play the Pelicans, the Mavs, and then twice against the Sacramento Kings. Those are the 4 of the last 5 games of the season will come there. There's a 5-game and 7-night stretch to end the regular season as well. So that's going to be brutal. 19 games, Anthony saying, in their last 30 days.
Yeah, I saw it. It's going to be crazy.
Woo!
You want my real opinion or my conspiracy opinion? Both have a.
Well, why don't you start with the real opinion and then hit us with that conspiracy theory?
I think it's going to be very hard for the Grizzlies to come out of this on top. There's going to be a lot of schedule losses. Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard. I think I saw that we have the 3rd hardest schedule of the games remaining, and I think that I saw that we're predicted to win 12 more games the entire season. 12 out of 40, if I'm not mistaken. That's not good.
Nope.
It's not good at all.
No, it's going to be you play some tough teams.
But good is all relative, Peter Emerson. I mean, having a bad record this season, that's not a bad thing. This is an historically anticipated draft.
Yeah, the Memphis Hustle yesterday saw the Ignite and Jonathan Kuminga and Jalen Green and some of the talent that will be in this year's draft, and a very talented group. Certainly, if the Grizzlies could get their hands on Jalen Green or Kuminga, that would be
or anyone in the top 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 range. A lot of good players.
A lot of good players.
The Corey, was it Kisper? Was it
Cory Booker? I believe.
No,
former Senator Cory Booker is presidential candidate.
Corey B. Trotz, who actually.
Yeah, Corey Macklin, the late great Corey Macklin. It could be
Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. That comes as a package deal, kind of like a D'Anthony Melton and Tyus Jones type.
Yeah, the Feldman-Haim combination really what a duo they were back in the 80s. No, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that you're saying the Grizzlies might be tempted to enhance some of the losing that may may naturally go on.
Right.
The Grizzlies may be tempted to perhaps do some deals to maybe move some players along, or to make the roster such that it would be hard to win some games.
I could see that as well. I have reason to believe that the Grizzlies may be sellers at the trade deadline.
That makes. I mean, I would think they're certainly not going to be buyers. So if they're going to be anything, they're going to be sellers. The only way they would buy is if there is a unique opportunity, like if, for example, if you I like to buy if there's a great sale that's going on, and I have a once in a lifetime opportunity, I might buy something even if I don't need it. But just because it's on, if the Grizzlies find a special like that, they might go out and make that deal. But it's unlikely that's going to happen. So otherwise, it's going to be they'll be sellers. This certainly gives them an excuse to potentially do that sort of thing if they want to. It is. I mean, it's brutal. You're talking about tons. There's a stretch of 7 game road trip that the Grizzlies will take between Friday, April 16th at Chicago, and Wednesday, April 28th at Portland. So they will be on the road, much of it out west for for basically a week and a half. That's a really unusual situation for them. They will close out. Then they come back for one game or a couple home games there, and then they have 4 road games in 5 coming up there. So that means that stretch of games, there will be a 11 in 14 in which they're on the road. 11 games out of 14.
Right. And I'm going to double check this, but I believe there aren't any games. There are no 2 nights off stretches of games at all.
No, there's not. No, they will not have back-to-back
days
nights off. Yeah, no, they will not. They will. What they had this week, for example, is not. They will never have it again.
Which means they probably won't practice at all.
Yeah,
but that is so crazy looking at this on the schedule. These guys have the most games they have off is one. Most days they have off is one in a row.
Well, and the other thing that you have to think about too is with the Grizzlies being as pragmatic as they are about injuries and being extra careful, like super duper crazy careful. I could see them shutting guys down over this stretch, being concerned about the amount of wear and tear,
load management,
and load management, and all that stuff. Yeah, the load will be managed aggressively, I would think, about this. So. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think there's if I'm just being honest, I think there's a better than decent chance that there could be some lineup shenanigans.
Yeah,
going on.
So you threw something out that I hope people aren't glazing over. You suggested the Grizzlies might be sellers at the trade deadline. We'll probably come back to that as days go on, but I want people to take note of what Pedro Edmiston said just then. Now, do you want to hear Conspiracy Saints' point of view?
Would love it. You know I love it.
Oh, it's about to get dicey on this one. I'm about to go.
Oh, good. Okay.
Not going real deep. It's just kind of semi-deep into the realms of conspiracy. Here's the thing. If you'd asked me a month ago as far as the league making up games or rescheduling games, I would have said, no, I don't think they're going to do all that. I think they're just going to try to get through the season, and they're more concerned about a winning percentages for the standings than actual games. Then I started realizing, no, they're going to try to make up all these games because for TV deals and, they're playing all-star games, so surely they're going to make up all the regular season games. That reality hit me. But the backside of my revelation of finding out that the NBA is going to make up all these games is these teams knew that well before. These teams got their revelation way before I got their revelation. And the Grizzlies had common sense. And they were, hey, we got to make up X amount of games. Plus, we might have to make some more up. So, in this second half, it's going to be a lot of back-to-backs. There probably won't be any 2 days off rest. So, what did the Grizzlies do a couple weeks before the break? They started infusing the rest management games. Well, they take when we had this 4 games in 5 nights, they get a rest game in to start subconsciously preparing our fan base that resting players during a tough stretch of games is a possibility. It's something that they have in their toolbox, and I think that we're going to see a lot of the rest management going forward. I think that's going to be by design. You're going to see a lot of games where they just, we go full strength against the good teams, against the bad teams. We might rest some players.
So the conspiracy theory is that you're saying that
they've been ready for this.
They're waging a psychological operation on the Grizzly fans right now to acclimatize them to the likelihood of
rest.
Hey,
look at all these games we got, guys. We can't do this to these guys. We got to rest them. Plus, I do think they're gonna be sellers at the trade deadline. You're gonna see a lot of placeholders and picks instead of actual players that have been good rotation players this year.
They will not be buyers.
No,
it's not going to happen.
So the Gorgie Jing for Buddy Hield trade isn't happening.
I don't believe that's going to happen. No.
Kyle Anderson for Harrison Barnes. That's not happening.
Yeah, that one's going to happen for sure. But the other ones, no. Zach LaVine for Kyle Anderson and
the depth package we've got. The Brandon Clark,
right.
2 first-round picks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. All right. No, it's not going to happen. No, I don't think so. No, I think that if anything, you'll see them sell and try to get some level of compensation for, Gorgie Jang. I don't think that Jonas Valanciunas is going to be moved, but if they had the right package, then maybe. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
I could see the Grizzlies trying to position themselves to draft as high in this particular draft as possible.
I think that would make.
I think they value that over anything. Over anything, I think the Grizzlies value that over anything. To be able to
the only thing I would say to that though, I have one. We'll take a break, and on the other side, I want to. There's one thing that they need to value. I get that thought, that mindset, and I'm okay with it. But there's one thing they need to value more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what it is. When we come back, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
You have opinions?
I think they got a lot of athletic ability.
We want to hear them.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you.
Call us on the First Bank phone line at 360-8255 or text us on the First Bank text line at 67129.
Are you looking for a dependable car at a fair price and guaranteed financing approval? Then you need to make your way to Collierville Auto Center, where one price shopping is the name of the game. Family owned and operated, Collierville Auto Center has been in the business for over 20 years and is proud to serve the people of this area. Collierville Auto Center is stocked with over 50 units, including cars, trucks, SUVs, and Highlines. Looking for a particular type of vehicle? Collierville Auto Center offers a locator service with 72-hour turnaround service. With over 30 years in the automotive industry, Scott and Martin would be happy to show you how their affordable pricing and guaranteed financing can work for you. Come see Scott and his professional staff of Terry, Branson, Q for your car needs. Conveniently located at 651 West Poplar Avenue, Collierville Auto Center is situated where Highway 72 meets Poplar and Collierville. Please look them up on the web at ColliervilleAutoCenter.com. Call at 901-853-0240 or simply come and see them for an outstanding car buying experience. At Collierville Auto Center, they're here for you.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
I'm a big fan of Town Village, and there is always something to do year-round. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park. I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Wrestling one-hit wonders. Who's this?
Barbara Bush. Not the
Barbara Bush?
Not the
former First Lady?
Not the former First Lady, no.
Wow. I didn't know that this is a surprisingly upbeat for the former First Lady.
Yeah, I know, right?
She was. I would have loved to see, ladies and gentlemen, the former First Lady of the United States, Barbara Bush. She comes out like, yeah, love to see it.
Maybe this is some music
back
for the Obama inauguration music.
Ladies and gentlemen, Millard Fillmore. Rutherford B. Hayes. Okay. All right. Welcome back. All right. So we go into the break. I told you about the one thing that the Grizzlies need to be more concerned about. It's more of a priority than whatever draft situation they're dealing with. And here it is. They have got to get their core players on the floor and playing together.
Yes,
they have got to get
I knew that's where you were going.
They have got to get some tape of these guys playing together, all of them, so that they can just see what the hell they have. Because right now it's all theoretical. It's all theoretical. You know, we saw Justice Winslow. He is trying to come back. He's had a little practice now. Maybe he'll be he's a little out of sync, as you would expect, having not played in well over a year. Jaren Jackson Jr., as far as I know, is
alive,
just about ready to go. But he's being held out. We shall see. They need to in the second half of the season get Jaren, Justice. They need to get those guys, those three, and then whoever else with them, some several hundred minutes of playing time.
I agree.
So, whatever that takes. And then, if you have to, you'll have to rest some guys and do whatever, that's fine. But those guys you have, because Justice Winslow has one more year in his contract after this one.
Right.
And then you're going to have to figure out what and how much and whether to pay this man. And it's coming up quickly.
Well,
will be Jaren Jackson's the extension year will be after that. And then John Morant the year after that. It's coming a lot quicker than you think, where they're going to have to commit big time financially to this group. And right now they don't know what it looks like. They have no clue what they all look like together on the floor.
Well, they've got a justice decision to make this summer. They've got a team option on his final year of his contract. But yeah,
I'm assuming they're going to pick that up. I can't imagine a scenario where they don't pick that up, other than them extending him further, which that's a possibility. But they need some actual data to go on. You need some actual information about these guys. So I know they want to play it, a little fast and loose with some of this stuff, but at some point you got to get all those guys together on the floor to know what you have in this group.
And not just that, not just for those reasons. Another reason to throw out there for why you want to get those three guys together is that you can say, hey, regardless of what our final record was, regardless of whatever shenanigans we pulled out throughout the season, look how good the three of you can go to those three guys who are the guys you're trying to keep here long term. Especially John and Jaren, and be like, hey, look how good you guys look when you're together. You know what I mean? So look how good it felt when you guys were together. Those are the kind of things you can communicate to those guys. Regardless of how this season ends up, you want to keep those guys still on the same page.
Yeah, they exactly right. They have to continue to be together. They have to continue to grow. Have to get that chemistry together. All that stuff matters, and you do want some good vibes. You want some positivity. You want those guys have a good relationship off the court. They like each other. They get along well. That's good. I think that in theory that trio works well. In theory, that makes sense, right? But you have to actually see it on the floor. You have to actually see it and actually start to figure out who's going to go. What does it make the most sense to have Desmond Bane as a wing alongside these guys? What do you do with Kyle Anderson in that situation? He's playing really well this year. Do you throw him into the mix? Is he the 4? And then what happens if Jaren is the 5? There's all these little scenarios that come across as a part of that. Can you play Jaren as the 4 with Jonas, and will that work well with this group? There's all these different things that come up. You have to start answering some of those questions, and Jaren is still super duper vital to your future. I mean, as much as John Morant, is a superstar in the making and all that stuff. People sleep on Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren is a potential, all defensive level player in addition to the best shooter on the team. You talk about 3-and-D guys. He's a a hyper deluxe 3-and-D guy potentially.
Right. He's a 7-foot 3-and-D guy.
So
like I said,
that could be the case.
He could be. You can use him the same way the Warriors use Klay Thompson. Outside of the fact he's not going to be an on-ball defender like Klay.
Right.
But
he's not going to run quite as much around, to get the open shots. But as a catch and shoot guy, absolutely. His shot looks a little different, but he's clearly made it work, and it was consistent, and he's making it on a regular basis. So
I just want to see what version of Jaren we get, not health wise or like whether his body looks depleted or something, but like offensively, I want to see like how they're going to use him when he comes back. I really want to see that big time because they used him differently in the bubble, and he looked incredible. So I want to see, are we going to see more of that, or was the bubble an anomaly, or I want to see what he looks like as soon as he gets back, whenever that might be.
And hopefully that is soon. When we get back, which will be soon, we'll talk to Dustin Starr about the wrestling situation. We'll talk about the Elimination Chamber. We'll talk about the big announcement on AEW last night. We'll talk about the Championship Wrestling from Memphis, which again is coming up here very, very, very soon. The debut on TV. Looking forward to all of that. So we'll talk about that with Dustin when we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
One of the things I love about betting on basketball is I'm always finding new player props or game props that I love. And what's really neat about FanDuel Sportsbook is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's called Same Game Parlay Bet, and you can only find them on FanDuel. Player point totals, rebounds, assists, money line, over, under, point spreads. And right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 back each day if your parlay falls one leg short with same-game parlay insurance. You heard that right, every day. That's why we love FanDuel. Easy to register. When you win, FanDuel, they pay your winnings out in as little as 24 hours. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today to try same-game parlay and use promo code CASH at sign-up. That's promo code CASH, must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund, $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. For problem gambling support, call 1-800-889-9789. The Winter Collection Sale now until March at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Your one and only Lexus dealership in Memphis. This great Winter Collection Sales event has super special financing offers featuring the flagship LS500 and Lexus named the #1 certified pre-owned program in the industry for the 4th straight year by U.S. News and World Report. The Winter Collection Sale now until March at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Even in times like these, special occasions happen. And when an occasion calls for special, it calls for 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. From the spectacular 36-ounce porterhouse paired with a Ferrari Carano Cabernet, to the jumbo lump crab cakes, to the raw bar with oysters fresh off the boat from the Gulf and the East Coast, there is simply no finer dining experience in Memphis than 117 Prime in the heart of downtown. These are complicated times, but if you want simply the best, you want 117 Prime.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high-quality, great-tasting, and easy-drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
The President's Day event is in full swing at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat on the Pike. And we're celebrating with 2020 Dodge Journey SE $19,990 or $249 a month. Or pump up your attitude with a 2021 Jeep Cherokee Latitude $21,740 or $277 a month. Or take your pick 2020 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Tradesman or 2021 Dodge Challenger XST $339 a month. It's your choice, Ram 1500 or Challenger. We Gossett at $339 a month. So
drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat, 1901 Covington Pike, or shop online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.19 APR. Journey LT 296,053, MSRP 26,860. Latitude MD 168,760, MSRP 27,805. 1,500 LS 156,730, MSRP 35,185. Challenger MH 581,58, MSRP 31,160. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/1/21. Dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
No new accidents to report on the roadways this morning. So guys, just take it easy out there and go ahead and get your errands done before the rain kicks in later on this evening. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Shave your face! Hour number 3.
Shave your face, people.
Shave your face.
Dribble, 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 face girl.
I could sing like that.
Dribble, dribble, hubble, dribble, jump, girl.
And then the occasional yell in between.
I feel like I could have been like a lead singer, like one of those like Puddle of Mud type bands, like.
Yeah, it's easy time to make music.
Yeah.
The nerve of us.
You don't even have to say like words. It's just hold on.
And that's another thing too. I talk about this all the time. The nerve of the stuff that we criticize today and the stuff that we listen to in our youth. Like seriously, what are we talking about, man?
Well, we're just getting old. That's how it goes. So. That's life. Hour number 3 is here. I am Peter Edmiston. He's Anthony Sane. That's Zach Boyd producing the program. And, today is a special day because it's Thursday. And so in addition to, telling you that it's going to be a nice day weather-wise and all that, there's going to be rain in the forecast tomorrow and through the weekend. It is Thursday, which means we talk to our good friend Dustin Starr about the world of professional wrestling. It's big time. It's big time for 5 Star. We got the debut this weekend. We've got a huge amount of stuff happening in the wrestling world. We got all kinds of stuff going on, Dustin Starr. So, I just say good morning to you, and I hope you're feeling okay because you're going to be busy.
Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? The weekend is almost here. The premiere of Championship Wrestling from Memphis that I've been waiting on forever. It's almost here, and there's so much really cool and kind of odd wrestling to talk about. But I also have to get on my guy Anthony Sane here.
What you get on me for?
I got to get on to you a little bit because just
about
like
time.
typical
About time
wrestling
somebody
fans,
did.
they get so mad when their favorite wrestler or when somebody like Bobby Lashley doesn't win the Royal Rumble and all that kind of stuff. But then 1 week later, they give you exactly what you expected. They just didn't give it to you when you expected it. So
you gotta be congratulated. What you mad at me for? I'm happy as long as they're doing right. Yeah, as long as they're doing right.
I'm never watching wrestling again. I see it on Twitter all the time. Oh, I'm not watching this anymore. They did that. No,
you didn't see me say that.
You did not say that. You did not say that, but you were complaining. So shout out to Bobby Lashley,
yeah, you see it.
who is just.
I ain't happy about nothing until he got the strap, man. Give him the strap and we'll talk. Cause I've seen this happen. I sat here and watched Kofi Kingston look like a goofy once they put the strap on him, and they just instead of making him a legit champion.
Well,
dude, I can't get with that New Day stuff is trash. And to have him still be cooning and all that stuff after he won the title, I couldn't. No, I was super good on that.
That's what brought him to the dance. Anyway, I just got to give you a little bit of hell because Because last week it was, what are they doing with Lashley? And then this week, Lashley is just a big.
But you also saw me semi-call it too when he lost the U.S. Championship. I said, I hope they're about to put him in the title picture. You saw me say that like as it was happening, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And that was one thing that we talked about last week was that they would have had to beat him. So instead of beating him on a I guess a big pay-per-view, it was like, all right, well, let's take the title from him on Raw,
where he doesn't get pinned.
And then immediately get him in the mix. So I'm the biggest Bobby Lashley fan there is. I think he could take out the entire locker room. But I had to give you a little bit of flack for that because we were just talking about it.
Oh man, I'm happy
last week.
I'm happy about it. Yeah, I'm happy to see it for sure.
Somebody's got to give Saint some flack for something. So
I don't mind.
Come on.
About time.
Daily
about
flack.
time we got some flack out here for something. So it is it's a momentous week. As you mentioned, before we talk too much about the Elimination Chamber and any of that stuff and AEW and all that, Dustin, what's the emotion for you this week with the debut just days away?
I got butterflies, man. Not like a nervous, not like a worry, but just like a kind of an excitement because I'm going to be talking the whole hour. You guys sit here for 3 hours every weekday and talk on the air and all that stuff. Similar, but a little bit different. You're kind of calling it on the fly. You don't know what's going to happen in the ring, and there's all sorts of storytelling you got to put in there. So I think my biggest fear was not having enough to say. Like imagine that, me running out of something to say, right? But
I've never heard that before. So yeah, I was going to say I don't think that's possible. I've heard you talk a lot, Star. You're not usually at a loss for words.
But in those situations where you might not be 100% familiar with the history of that performer that's in the ring, kind of like WWE, we know all about all these guys. And some of these guys and gals that are going to be on the show on Saturday, a lot of them are from the Mid-South, and then some of them are from just outside the Mid-South. So I think I just have butterflies at this point, just ready to get the show launched. And there's a new podcast, Rolling into Mempo. It was kind of named after Handsome Jimmy, where they're going to recap our show. You can hear it at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com/podcast. But getting to hear that feedback, and I just can't wait to see what Twitter and all the wrestling fans in Memphis think of the show. So,
what do you think? What do you think they're gonna think?
I think they're gonna like it. I think they're really gonna like it. I think there are a lot of questions about Hollywood being mixed in with Memphis, or is there two shows? What exactly is this show? But I can tell you right here, it is 100% Memphis wrestling. It won't have Hollywood mixed into it or anything like that. It's 100% our show, Memphis wrestling. So just been a lot of questions.
It's sort of a territory. It's like a territorial throwback. Like you got the
absolutely.
The back in the day when you had the NWA, and it was a larger kind of championship wrestling banner, but each of the respective promotions had their own feel and their own stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And we still have actually, we do not have tickets left for March the 7th. That's where we're going to reveal our championship belt. And then on April the 11th, we're actually going to determine our champion, our first ever Memphis wrestling champion. So April 11th, there's only a handful of tickets remaining, championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. But if you're not sold just yet, which, gosh, there's so much talk and we haven't even had our first show yet, Saturday at noon on CW30 Memphis. And then also you can live chat with us and some of the wrestlers at youtube.com/championshipwrestling. It will air on YouTube at the same time that it airs on CW30. So we all watch together. But I think the fans are going to like it. And then keep in mind, some of the we did tape 4 television shows at once, and not all 30 or 40 wrestlers can be on an hour program. So you'll see different faces coming up and debuting each week. So I'm really excited about it.
And so that kind of brings me to the other thing that we saw from AEW this week with the announcement that Paul White has joined the squad, and he's going to be part of the commentary team for the AEW Dark, the YouTube show that they've got where they'll showcase some other talents, that kind of thing. You mentioned that not everyone can be on the TV show, and as you get a roster that's bigger and bigger, one show of 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever it is not enough to showcase all your talent. What did you make of the announcement that Paul White was back in the mix, that he would eventually come back in the ring, but is going to be a part of the commentary crew with Tony Schiavone?
I thought it was very odd. Very, very odd because Big Show's been there, 22 years or so with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He debuted here in Memphis. There's a little Memphis tie for you.
I was at that show. I was at that show, as a matter of fact. I was there.
I was not. It was at the Pyramid, so that was very cool.
It was at the Pyramid, yes. I had good seats. I was sitting right there about 10 rows up. I watched him break through the ring in the bottom. And come through. It was Mr. McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a cage.
Yes, sir.
Great show at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
I just kind of thought it was odd that Big Show would make that leap. And another thing that makes it a little more strange, I guess, for me is it's WrestleMania season. So this is, although this is a big get for AEW, especially the timing, I don't know exactly how much impact it makes, like, inside the ring, because I don't see Big Show doing a lot of matches. Now, I do think it's cool that they're going to put him at the commentary table, because obviously he had his sitcom that was pretty funny. The guy can talk. He's multi-talented. Everybody knows who he is. And if you don't know who he is, watch him stand up, and whoever he's standing next to, you're like, wow, that guy's somebody. So it's a really big signing for them. I just don't know exactly what type of impact it'll have because, like, Sting signs, and he sells more T-shirts than anybody in the history of pro wrestling tees in a 24-hour period. Big Show signs, he got a ton of media. I mean, everybody yesterday was talking about, you really can't purchase that type of marketing. But then how will that affect business? Like, is he selling tickets? Is he selling merch? How are they going to make money off of this, off the Big Show signing? So I'm kind of like in the middle, like, all right, well, let's see what they're going to do with it, you know?
What do you think not NWO, what do you think the WWE ultimately has up their sleeve with this Bad Bunny situation?
Bad Bunny is extremely popular, kind of on the mainstream right now. And I think he has his own clothing line or something on WWEshop.com. So basically they're just getting a ton of exposure out of it. And they love working with celebrities who love wrestling. You know, it's one thing for, what was it, the NBA called Chris Jericho when they were launching it. And you immediately just roll your eyes and go, oh, no, they're not really on board. But so when you have somebody really on board, it's pretty cool, you know.
I believe that's how they pronounce it, actually. It's Chris Jericho, I believe, is the correct
Jericho.
way to say that.
Yeah, so, you know, having Bad Bunny is
Karis Jericho.
And then having Bad Bunny actually like the WWE because he's appeared multiple times, and they're making money with him. I don't know. Maybe something will happen at WrestleMania. We're right around the corner, and he continues to appear on television. But I think it's just a celebrity type of deal where they're making money, with
Have you thought about getting like a Pooh Shiesty involved in Championship Wrestling from Memphis, or maybe a local Memphis artist?
Yeah,
I mean, you know, if Bad Bunny, I mean, you know, you got to get some local Memphis flavor in this situation.
We're
play a fly, somebody
like a Yo Gotti
we're real good friends,
situation.
With Muck Sticky, we're friends with Muck Sticky.
Muck Sticky, there you go. Get Muck Sticky back in the mix. Sure.
Yeah,
Muck Sticky. I forgot about old Muck Sticky back in the day. See if you can get Gangsta Boo. She's out in L.A. You can get her to fly back over to
Nasty Nardo.
I just think it's different opportunities.
Once the show premieres and people start watching again, and they learn that this is something that's going to be happening every Saturday at noon, no telling who might show up on Memphis Wrestling. Just like back in the day, it would be nothing to have. This is a long time ago, but having Adam West, or I remember when Leon Spinks appeared, or gosh, Andy Kaufman,
all that stuff. That's absolutely. Well, I'm just throwing some ideas. I'm just spitballing here. You know what I mean? Not ideas necessarily. It's just you want to throw out some of the mix. Our pal Scotty says that he thinks that he's going to be upset if they don't put the belt on Lashley and let him Brock Lesnar that damn thing. 10 years too late. They're still stupid if they don't do it.
I agree.
I think it is time. It is time to make. I mean, look at Bobby Lashley, dude. Just look at this guy.
Yeah.
Who would beat this guy? Like in a fight? Like who's facing that guy in an actual like play up? Let him be the monster that he clearly could be. Like let him do that, and he's got all the other things that you want too. So just let him do that, man. It's been. Don't overthink this thing.
All the simple little details too is just everything from facial expressions to aggression to just how he locks in his holds and his moves, the way he dresses. I mean, like all the very, very small details, he checks every single box. And I think when he came back a couple of years ago, they probably had to just test the waters because he was a guy that left on bad terms and came back and all that kind of stuff. But at this point, man, he is your next Brock Lesnar. You need to build him versus Brock Lesnar. And for some reason, maybe they don't want either one of those guys to lose to each other. It's so weird how wrestling is, but he's your guy, man. There's no doubt about it. I've been agreeing with Sane on this forever, even way before. Actually, Bobby Lashley, I believe, fought at FedEx Forum just a couple of years ago and had like an open practice session or something, and he was impressive there, man. He's legit. He's huge. He can beat us all up.
I'll tell you one knock I have on Bobby Lashley. I can't unsee or unhear Wayne Brady every time I see him. He looks like huge Wayne Brady to me, and he
does look like steroided, like Wayne Brady, like just juiced, like unbelievable.
Yeah, like if he can't. You remember those pictures of Dave Chappelle came out? And he was like super jacked. Like it looks like.
Oh my God.
It looks like if Wayne Brady just got. Yeah, exactly. Looks like if Wayne Brady just got super swole. Like it's just a weird thing, man. I just can't get Wayne Brady out of my mind every time I see him.
That's crazy. One of the things that we haven't even mentioned is what about the men?
Oh, yeah.
So the men wins the championship.
Yeah.
And now he is basically that chicken heel that's got the title, basically stole it with Money in the Bank, made Bobby Lashley some sort of deal that he's not one to hold up to. So this is an easy storyline. I don't know that they take the title off of Miz that quick or give it to Lashley that quick or exactly what they're doing headed to Mania. I imagine Drew McIntyre will be back in the championship picture for WrestleMania. But I thought it was super cool that The Miz won the title. There's arguably nobody hotter. He's got his own television shows. He does everything, and it's been 10 years since he won the title. I can't believe 10 years apart. But he made it happen and cashed in Money in the Bank. I thought it was super cool.
So how do you play out the next few months in your head, Dustin, as far as the road to WrestleMania? Like, what do you think the two championship matches will be? How do you think that the title will change hands between now and set up WrestleMania for us, as far as the two male championships?
Well, Roman versus Edge is official.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Edge winning that title, only just to lose it back to Roman or something, just to, I guess, give Edge that one last hurrah type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that one's solidified over there. And then on Raw, I would like to say that Drew McIntyre is going to be put back in the picture. And a couple weeks ago, I was talking about maybe Brock Lesnar, Drew finally getting that victory in front of all the fans. But now you got Miz in the mix. You got Lashley in the mix. We still have Fastlane, don't we? I think we still have Fastlane. So there's one last pay-per-view before we really get to see what's going on with that title picture. But this is what they do each year. If you look back, they try to swerve you as many times as they can. So that one's still kind of up in the air for me because there's no sign of a Brock Lesnar just yet. And you got so many guys involved with the title, it's like, what are you going to do? Surely they won't do like a triple threat or something, but you never know. It's WrestleMania.
Well, and you've got to let him get that push. You've got to McIntyre needs a credible opponent. You need to push somebody into that mix. I don't think they've done the WWE creative. To me, Dustin has struggled. And I think this is probably true of everybody in the wrestling business. I think this is one of the downsides of the smartening up of everybody in wrestling, just in general, smartening up of the fans and all that. I think there's a lot of good that comes of that. But the downside is that it's really hard to create true heels, I think, or it's more challenging. I'll put it that way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can do it, but everybody who kind of is sort of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I know what's going on, all that, like, the suspension of disbelief in order to create true heels and having guys that are willing to go out there and do what it takes now to actually be a heel and not try to be the cool guy who's going to like heel it, sort of be heelish, but really wink, wink. I know I'm not really a heel. I want you guys to buy my shirts and all that stuff. Some guys that are just true, like, absolute number one heels. Like that's harder and harder to build these days.
I think there's only one true heel, and I'm thinking real quick on my feet here, but the only true heel that I can tell you in the business right now on the main stage would be MJF.
Yep.
He cusses people out everywhere.
That's why I love
goes.
that guy. He's just a jerk.
Smug look on his face.
Just a smug little. You just want to smack him in the face constantly.
And when he's on the screen with Jericho, he's not. To me, Jericho's not really just the far and away star on the screen.
No,
I think MJF is holding his own now. Brian Christopher, my late buddy, he used to be so mad at us. He's like, "You guys are the worst heels ever." I'm like, "Well, what do you want me to do if they're cheering? Make them boo you." I'm like, "Dude, they don't want to. They want to buy our shirts and pictures." And so the fans are educated at this point to where it's like, "Hey, those guys are kind of funny. They put on a good show. I know that I'm going to boo them, but I want to buy some stuff from them after the show or meet them after the show." That's the kind of heels we get nowadays. That's the kind of heels that me and Maria are. Roll out of the ring after you do all your heelish tactics and they boo you, and then it's cool to meet you. MJF is a guy that nobody wants to meet. Everybody talks trash about him. You know what I mean?
Right.
They want to throw stuff at him, or he takes selfies with people and makes stupid faces or flips them off or something crazy. So,
yep.
And Brian was right. We are the worst heels in the world because people didn't truly hate us. But in the wrestling business at this point, people are smart. They know that it's a television show. They know that they're supposed to cheer you or supposed to boo you. And that's another cool thing, that when WrestleMania rolls around, we will have fans again. And I kind of think that we'll start having fans even after WrestleMania, and then the fans will be able to have their voices heard. Do they really like Drew as much as WWE makes us think that they like Drew? Or who's going to be the next breakout star? And it's going to be the fans to determine that.
It would be. It's going to be so weird to have to hear like that. Just having fans back in the mix is just. It's going to be disconcerting because we've gotten so used to what it's like now, and just to have that is crazy. It's amazing how loud a few hundred or a few thousand fans can be in an arena when you haven't had anything, when you haven't felt like fans doing that. So I agree with you there. And like I said, man, it's not. I don't think you don't have to have only like total true heels or total true faces. We don't have to go back to like 1950 where it's like, very clearly babyface versus heel and all that. But I do think that there has to be some component of like, you got to make like the storytelling aspect of it is a lot easier if you can truly create an antagonist, an actual antagonist that people can get behind his or her destruction and be happy about it, and not just necessarily say like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm watching the show, whatever, it's cool. Like they actively are wanting to see, I'm so mad at this person, I'm so irritated by their behavior that I will pay to watch person X do that thing to them. Even though I know wrestling is all predetermined, that part's real. That part's real. That part of it I don't like. That guy's really a jerk, and I really just want to see him get hit. Like that's the I miss that aspect of the, and I think that's a lot harder now to create and to really commit to. That's just hard to do.
It really is. At our first TV tapings that you'll see on Saturday, some of the guys, when they saw that who they were wrestling and stuff, they said, "So what do you want me to do? You want me to be a heel or a babyface?" And I said, "I don't know. Go be you. Let the fans decide."
Right. Which one did you enjoy
That's
better?
True.
Which one did you enjoy better, Dustin, being a heel or a face when you were in the ring?
Well, even when we were heels, we were still kind of baby faces. I would have somebody throw trash.
You guys
at us.
were
Because hearing you say that you were a heel, like I'm like, how?
After
because I'm
but
surprised.
Heeling is,
go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
No, heeling is so much more fun. It's way easier to have people hate you and boo you than it is for people to love you and cheer you, because people they like bad dudes, man. They don't like somebody that goes around the ring anymore and Rock and Roll Express, shaking hands, kissing babies, and all that stuff. They're like, oh, that's lame. We want somebody that's tougher than
Where's
that.
your man?
The world
You're
has
not gonna kiss me.
really
Get out of my face.
right. But the world has really, really changed to where they Stone Cold Steve Austin changed the game, man. Beating up his boss. He should have been the biggest heel in the business, but everybody loved him for it, and that's kind of been the
Who
trend.
doesn't want to beat their boss?
Have you guys thought about doing like a anti-vax character or like an anti-mask character? I mean, I think that might be fun as a true heel out there. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not doing this.
I do think that would be great.
I think there's a chance. I think you could. Yeah.
I'm out here looking at all you masked sheep out here in this.
Yeah, look at all you sheeple out there getting your vaccines and wearing your masks. I think that would be a very uncomfortable but very potentially very heelish.
I
ain't gonna get my
recount.
And then he could do like the Triple H thing, get the bottle of water and just spit a cloud of
That's right. Yeah, that's I'd say if you're gonna have like a heel, it's harder and harder these days.
Right.
So there you go. There's one. See, if I'm on the booking committee, Dustin, there you go. That's what I'm.
Hey, even with that, he would still be a babyface to some people.
Well, that's true. It would be kind of like an NWO thing where you'd have like a certain faction that would be like into it, and then like
Amen, brother.
The AVO, the anti-vax organization, the AVO for life, brother. You know.
That is great.
Man,
I
wild
love
stuff.
Okay, well that's just I'm just some booking ideas out there for you just to be to think about going forward. All right, Dustin. Well, we wish you the best. We're going to be watching. Looking forward to seeing it. I can't wait to see it for real this weekend, and then to keep it going. We're going to have a lot of questions and a lot of comments. I know after that, so I will be eagerly awaiting it, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Saturday at noon on CW30 Memphis and YouTube.com/Championship Wrestling. Whether you're inside the area, outside the area, you can either watch on television or on YouTube and chat with us. I know Brett Michaels, Gun Show Brett Michaels, he's going to be chatting with us during the show. He's wrestling on the show. Of course, I'll be in the chat, and we can get interactive and all that kind of stuff. And also, just real quick, send everybody to ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. We have new custom matches that you can order. We can talk about that a little bit later, but there's these custom matches where you can book members of our women's division and actually book the entire match, which is something brand new to our website at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com.
How does that work? I got to check that
out.
So,
you pick the two that you want, or the 3 or 4 that you want in the match, and there's a fee to where you can kind of basically script that out.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
I like that. That's a great idea. Lots of fun. I like that. Good stuff. All right, so we'll the dream match. Excellent. We're going to check that out, and we're going to check it out. ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. Thank you very much, Dustin. We'll talk again.
Thank you, guys.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
He's our pal Dustin Starr, joining us here on the program.
Happy for Dustin, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Man, he's walking in his dream, bro.
Man, he has worked really, really hard to put this thing on for months and months and months and months through all the COVID stuff, there's been all kinds of different, they had plans that had to be scrapped because of all the COVID stuff. It's just been not been easy at all, but he kept fighting for it, and that's pretty awesome. So looking forward to finding out.
And then his debut happened in the middle of Snowbit, so.
Exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, shout out, man. That's great.
It's crazy.
Good for him.
All right. Well, when we come back, I read a sentence this morning, and I still can't wrap my mind around it. We'll maybe you can help me. We'll do that when we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wallow said hello.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they are doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
All 75 months at 3.04%. Mirage MH 002682. MSRP 16865. G4 MHF 01572. MSRP 18360. Outlander Sport MU 004915. MSRP 24740. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Ready, set, start your new year with a new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on Covington Pike. Get the hatchback hero in 2021 Mirage, $12,342 or $129 a month. 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $13,997 or $149 a month. And jumpstart your journey in 2021 Outlander Sport, $17,938 or $199 a month. And these are not leases. You own your new ride. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
You look so good to me.
Yeah, this is
Is this Billy and Chuck?
No,
Is
this
that right?
is the band. 3LB or something. What is it? What is it?
Well, he goes by the name Rico.
Oh, Rico. I thought this was Billy and Chuck.
It is part of the Billy and Chuck.
It is?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But
what were the two bands? One that had like two future WWE champions in it. 3MB, 3-man band, right?
Yeah.
And what was the name of the band in WCW?
And there was oh man, I know two.
No, it was three dudes.
Yeah, I know, but it was
because Chuck Palumbo or somebody was part of it. I don't know. Let me.
Yeah.
Evan Courageous.
Evan Courageous. Yeah, those guys. What was that group?
Looking it up now.
Like Clash? No. Hot Shot? No, it's like rhymed. It was like the crew, the Bruise Crews,
oh man, this is making me mad, bro.
The Dream
Three count.
That's three count. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. All right, so
with Shane Helm, who ended up being
that's right,
Hurricane Helm.
Sugar Shane.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so welcome back to the program as we continue our thanks again to Dustin Starr. Wish him the best in his wrestling situation.
Yep.
And of course, the debut of Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Saturday at noon on CW30. This hour of the show is brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis, home of the 2021 TLX, the finest luxury sedan that Acura has ever put out there, and that is saying something. It's pretty incredible. If you have given it a chance, you understand. If you have not, well, go and take that test drive. And also, for those of you that are looking for an SUV, they've got a tremendous offer right now. Less talk, more drive, less sorry, more safe. It's the 2020 MDX right now. The 2020 MDX model and the 2021 coming soon. 0.9% APR up to 72 months for well-qualified buyers, and lease rates as low as $379 per month. It is a great opportunity to get yourself in a excellent luxury SUV that's got 7-passenger seating. It's got all the amenities that you could possibly want, and it's also got that size, the versatility, and the luxury. It's all combined for you over at Acura of Memphis. Find out more. Go to their website, AcuraMemphis.com, or go see them at 385 and Ridgeway. Anthony, I'm kind of, I'm sort of acclimated to seeing headlines, and you kind of look at headlines. Sometimes it's a little unusual.
Got a lot of apps on my phone that kind of force headlines into my face.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm just like, whatever. I kind of just ignore it, or I just sort of look a little bit and look askance at it sometimes. But this one stopped me in my tracks today. Just going to go through it bit by bit, and we're just going to kind of talk about it. Music news. Post Malone has released a cover of Hootie and the Blowfish's 1995 hit song, Only Wanna Be With You. Right out of the gate, I'm a little confused. Ahead of his performance at the Pokemon Day 25th anniversary virtual concert on Saturday.
Okay.
The what? Now, there's so much. This sentence blew my mind. Okay, for number one, Post Malone covering Hootie and the Blowfish. That's unusual. But covering Hootie and the Blowfish,
I can hear that.
Wanna Be With
I
You.
can hear him doing this.
Well, you can hear it right now. It's Zach will get that audio for you, so you can hear it right now. It's
the song is
available.
Oh,
so the song is out. The cover is out, and there'll be a live performance at Pokemon Day.
He released it today. All right, I see that. All right.
That's exactly right. It's his event will stream live on the Pokemon 25th anniversary website.
Okay.
And if you want to check that out, then I think that you should. Hopefully Zach can get that.
He's got his Lysol and something else going on.
I know there's some situations happening here. I don't know.
No headphones to his head. I mean, he probably has no clue that
he has no idea that we're talking to him right now.
No, I can hear you guys loud and clear.
Okay, well then.
Hey, you got to tell Miss Margaret first, man. Miss Margaret comes to the door. You got
Miss Margaret.
Come on, don't get it twisted.
Miss Margaret. Yesterday, I was happy to talk to Miss Margaret, which is nice. Do you have that Post Malone cover? Did you find it? It's on the YouTube.
Yeah, it's on here. I think here it is right here.
I'm such a baby 'cause the Cowboys make me cry, but there's nothing I can do.
Through the Cowboys in there, it's Dolphins.
I've been looking for a girl like you.
Didn't know that was the lyric.
Yep.
You look at me, you got nothing left to say. I'm gonna pot at you until I get my way. I won't dance, you won't sing.
Does this make you think of Pokemon?
A little bit. A little bit. I can see a scenario where Ash and the gang is like on the road.
I don't even think that matters.
Pikachu and Ash together, the bond is strong.
Because speaking of Post Malone, what does Sunflower have to do with Spider-Man? But the song just worked for their soundtrack. Like it just felt like it was supposed to be connected to that movie.
Well, I mean, it's more. The thing is, we're more associated. We're more accustomed to seeing songs on soundtracks rather than Pokemon tracks. Like, that's it sounds in movies. That's fine, but you don't typically see releases to honor Pokemon.
Well,
that's not. The Pokemon music has been its own. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. Yep. We did see the Poke Rap back in the old days.
Yeah,
of course, the Poke Rap was one of the hottest. Can we get some lyrics to that Poke Rap? Can you get that? I mean, you talk about dropping some bars. I mean, unbelievable bars dropped early on from the Poke Rap. I'm not accustomed to seeing new tracks hitting with Pokemon.
You want the Poke Rap, or do you want the lyrics to the Poke Rap?
I want the Poke Rap. I want to hear busting that. I want to hear the sweet flow coming out when they hit you with it. I mean,
all right,
gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
It's only fair.
Gotta catch them all.
It's only fair we start from the beginning.
I want to be the best.
I mean, listen to this. Come on. Why didn't Post Malone cover this song?
Yeah, that's my cause.
Electro, Diglett, Nitter, and Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Pharaoh, Pidgey.
Yeah, that's the one that should have dropped right there.
Now, this is the one he should have dropped right here. What if Post Malone and like I don't know, picked whoever like Gunna, Lil Baby, whoever like did this, and one of them did the singing and they did the
We get no Pokemon money. We gotta catch them all.
Electro, Pikachu.
Now look at you.
Mama.
Come on, man, that would have been great.
Lil' Mama bad
Let's
at
get that
yellow like
going.
Pikachu.
Why do we get that? Why do we get
They
that?
said that
man?
one of those guys said somebody about a girl being bad and yellow like Pikachu. Somebody said something. Who was it said that, man? It was
brand new whip got no.
Somebody said something about somebody being bad and yellow like Pikachu. And I was like, man, I used to say it all the time. Like some dude like made it to a real bar.
See, I like that.
Peter, do you like them to be bad and yellow like Pikachu?
Come on. Who are you talking to?
What about you, Zach? Does that kind of work? Does that work for you? If a young lady is bad and yellow like Pikachu,
why can't she be any other?
I ain't asked you that, man. I asked you, are you okay with her being bad and yellow like Pikachu?
I mean, sure, it ain't no discrimination.
Oh, okay.
But I know the song you're talking about, saying it's in my head right now, and I can't think of the name of it. It's Drake is on there.
Brand new whip like no.
Yeah.
No. Man, what song is it?
Well, I'm just ladies and gentlemen, we have Post Malone.
Yeah, get to what you were saying, bro. We didn't hijack.
I'm just saying Post Malone. I appreciate, and it's a fine cover. Like he didn't really do much with it. He just kind of Post Maloned it up slightly. He didn't really do a whole lot of changing with it. The song is fine. I'm just we're in a new era where you can debut releases as part of Pokemon, and I encourage other artists to jump into the mix. And I want to see people jumping in with other debuts on Halo. I want to see debuts on other tracks. I want video games to be the new movie here.
But that's the thing, though. That is the thing, though, Peter. Like
I know. I'm saying it makes sense.
Like
the more I thought about it, it was weird. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? This is like. Do you remember Travis Scott?
Yeah.
Did a virtual Fortnite concert that had like 20 billion.
Right.
I mean, some insane number of streams.
And it put all those songs back in the top 100. And what's the name? Debuted at number 1. This song, the Scotts he did with I can't think of his name. Crap.
Little
Kid
Uzi
Cudi. No,
Vert.
Kid Cudi. The song with him and Kid Cudi was like number 1.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't a good song, but like because of that Fortnite thing, it blew up. Everybody wanted to hear what this new Travis Scott song that came out with this little soundtrack that came out with for Fortnite. Yeah, that happened. It's very
so. I mean, it makes sense. It's fun. Like at first, I saw that headline, I was like, "What in the world? Like, what is happening right now?" But yeah, it kind of makes sense. I got to say, it kind of makes sense. And the other thing I'm saying is Post Malone. I can't help but like Post Malone. I never thought I would really like Post Malone that much, but I really like Post Malone.
Oh yeah, me too. I couldn't get with him when I first saw him.
When I saw him, I'm just like, this guy looks like he
doesn't care
smells
enough to be
looks
good.
like he smells like something terrible. But I like the guy, man. He seems like a good dude, and and I like his stuff.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel weird about it.
Another follow-up question for you, Zach and Peter. What are your opinions on women that are bad like Michael?
I'm pro. I'm pro. Pro that.
Sure, why not? The song,
The Mama Bad Like Michael.
What about?
The song is Yes Indeed by Drake and Lil Baby. It's Cartier glasses. I won't even peek at you. Yellow Ferrari like Pikachu.
I don't know where I got bad and yellow like Pikachu. I used to say it all the time. Like, I'd be like, I need something bad and yellow like Pikachu. You know what I'm saying? or somebody say, "Oh, saying I saw you out with this girl. She look good." Oh yeah, I keep something bad like daycares in the hood. Like I throw that out to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I keep something bad, man, like daycares in the hood, my boy.
My boy.
What you know about that, Zach? Zach, can you say that?
Say what? I keep some.
That you keep something bad like daycares in the hood.
Huh? Huh? Never heard that one.
I know you never heard it. That's the same. That's the same ism, bro.
Oh my.
Hey, that's bars.
All right, so
I need to get in the studio, bro, for real.
Well, you're in the studio right now.
You're right. I might stay up here until what time? What time is? Yeah, 6 o'clock. I'll come out. Wait till 6.
Yeah, you need to get in here. Just
be
freestyle recording.
No, you know what? I can go to one of the studios.
Zeke can produce you. Yeah, Zeke can produce you over there.
I can go to one of these studios that like don't have a DJ and like put it in non. What's it called? Cut it where it's not going broadcast.
Yeah,
and get it in.
Yeah.
Get my boy Zeke, man. Me and Zeke finna get
that. Yeah,
put some on wax.
DJ Zeke. That's exactly right.
So I keep something bad like daycares in the hood. It's all good.
No, I can't wait for saying the same. That's gonna be the new mix. I'm so excited.
Hold on, wait. The first track is Cruise Ship.
Yeah, cruise.
You gotta get that. If you're gonna get anything on wax, it's gotta be Cruise Ship first.
That's gonna be the first. This gonna be the radio single. Then I'm gonna have the B side. Bad and Yellow. No, what is it gonna be called? Yeah. Daycares in the hood. Bad and Yellow.
I'm gonna call it my Fidgetal Girl. I got my song called Fidgetal Girl.
Hey, bro, we gotta go and drop that mixtape, bro. I'm about to text you something. You gonna start dying laughing.
I'm back.
You gonna start dying laughing.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, when we come back, we'll talk about tonight's matchup with the Grizzlies and the Clippers. What we expect to see and what is turned into kind of an interesting game tonight, an important game for the Grizzlies. They have two straight against the Clippers, and it could be the beginning of a rough losing streak, or it could be the beginning of a turnaround. We'll see as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Sports Time with Wallow and Stats. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
The President's Day sales event is going strong at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. 2021 Kia Forte, $133 a month lease. That's less than $5 a day for a new ride. 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, $149 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, just $182 a month lease. All 36 months with $31.49 due at signing, and they all come with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter in your new Kia from Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we Gossett and Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee. Forte, ME3 19,038, MSRP $20,625, Soul M77 55,638, MSRP $20,660, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF $695 excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/1/21. Dealer stock only.
Action247.com is your Tennessee sportsbook for same-day pay. Action247.com. Local, legal. A sportsbook by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Win a little or win a lot. Action247 has same-day pay. The other guys make you wait for your winnings. No more waiting with Action247 same-day pay. Visit us online at Action247.com. Local, legal. Action247. You got action.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-889-9789.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/news. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It may be cold outside, but your deals keep getting hotter and hotter, Jeff. Hey, let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter with the Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah President's Day sales event.
We got you covered, Randy. Let's talk. 2021 Kia Forte, $133 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul, redesigned inside and out, $149 a month lease. And a 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All just 36 months, $3149 due at signing.
That's what I'm talking about, Jeff. Plus, every Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME3 19038, MSRP $20,625, Soul, M7755,638, MSRP $20,660, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, include all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax filer license, with approved credit, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 3/1/21, dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Oh, what you got there?
Yeah, for the haters, yeah. Got when you a pop star, man, when you're a radio pop star, this kind of stuff gets delivered to you. People bring stuff to the station. Got the Isaac Hayes, John Morant 12 joint. This came from King Contar, the king of Whitehaven. He dropped this off to me. He has these available as well. If you interested in getting one yourself, you can slide in my DM. I'll connect you to him if you need one of those. It's the John Morant. Can't find these in stores, but these are as official as they get right now, currently.
How's the quality of the product?
It's A1. You can look
Feels
at them
good?
because I've seen these where the font is off. That font is crisp.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All sewn in, thick, it's heavy. Come on, man. Yeah, so slide in my DM and I can connect you to someone who may be willing to give you one, if you know, for a.
So that good. Just Zach is just.
They're not for sale, but
I can't finish that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sure you would appreciate, some gas money or whatever.
Yeah, certainly. Just people doing favors for
Hey,
each
I gotta
other.
get in shape to go ahead and put this joint on too, fam. Sun's out, guns.
Yeah, I
out.
don't know. I don't know.
I probably look horrible with a jersey.
My rule on, I think in general, sleeveless like basketball jerseys just don't generally look good, except for basketball players.
Yeah, for guys who
And you can never wear the jersey and the shorts together unless you're actually on the team. That would just be a big no-no.
Oh, you look real horrible.
I see people doing that. And that's just.
And I used to hate those jerseys that Reebok made that were cut like a big square. They were trash. I had all of them. I had all the Grizzlies like that. Too.
Yeah, back in the day, that's
with a big, huge T-shirt on, jersey down to your knees. Yeah.
All right, so tonight Grizzlies back in action. Ja Morant. No all-star performance. Justice Winslow seems to have responded well enough to being played. Again, I think he needs to get into the starting lineup as quickly as possible. I know he's not playing super well or anything like that, but again, like I said, the longer view of this whole thing is that it really is about next year and beyond. You got to get Ja Morant and Justice Winslow minutes together. You've got to get them playing together. They really shouldn't. Justice really doesn't need to be out there with anybody except Ja, and just have to work through it.
Mirror their minutes together.
I know it's frustrating for Ja to pass the ball out and Justice to throw a three-pointer that misses by 3 feet.
Yeah, they're throwing alley-oops out there. Like, nah, I need you to don't throw an alley. I need you to take a jump shot.
But nonetheless, like that's just part of growing and being part of the future and all that stuff. So I hope they'll mirror those minutes, and I hope that we'll see more of those guys together. They need to be, and the Grizzlies just hopefully this little. I hope they like this 2 days off because apart from the All-Star break, that's going to be the only.
Is it crazy these dudes probably won't practice again for the rest of the season? They won't have They probably don't have anywhere on the schedule they can get another practice in for the rest of the season.
It's probably that's the thing. I don't know.
There's no way you're going to have to be practicing. No, there's no way in the world. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know when they're going to do it. So, but it's man, it's going to be a challenge for them, and I hope that we see Jaren Jackson Jr. And you said you had kind of a half feeling that it might be sooner than people think.
Yeah, I could see them possibly getting him in before the break. Possibly. No intel on it. Just feels like it's time. Feels like it's time.
Okay. All right.
Someone else made a good point, too. I know we're up against the end of the show. Someone else made a good point. They said they think the Grizzlies should focus on not only player development and evaluation, but also player health. Give these guys a healthy offseason where they can be working on their own individual development and skills and those type of things, and not rehabbing from an injury. You know what I mean? Let's get these guys a good offseason where they can come back, with new skill sets and not trying to get in condition for the season. That's what the Grizzlies need to focus on going forward. I'm with you.
I think that's going to be. I think you'll see that too. We'll see. All right, we got to get out of here. Coming up next, it is middays. Of course, Greg and Eli. They'll have more on the Tiger game. They'll have more on the Tiger schedule. As a matter of fact, more on the Grizzlies schedule, and a whole lot more coming up tomorrow. We'll talk to our buddy Adam Kramer, and we'll talk to Kari Thompson, and expect a lot of rain. Like I said, the weather's nice now, but rain is coming later on and all weekend long. Everybody, have yourself a great Thursday.